Nick Polano makes the pick.
Thank the great fans of Pittsburgh for their hospitality. Calgary is proud to select from the Barrie Colts of the Ontario Hockey League, Daniel Tkachuk.
Quest for Fire is live. We have the draft lottery. We have the Lord Homogeneous with his humble peasant team, joined by His Highness Big Perm, also the always manifesting J-Ro. Hearts might be broken, dreams might come true in this, the 11th episode of Quest for Fire. Quest for Fire. Quest for Fire.
Okay, welcome to the latest installment of the Quest for Fire podcast. Okay, Tanadapi, to the special edition of the Quest for Fire podcast. I'm Zig Zachariah May, joined by my co-host as always, Tim the Cream, Mr. Lowhorn himself.
I am here, and we are here 5 o'clock sharp, and we are preparing for probably a monumental day or a very depressing day.
A monumental day or a very depressing day. It's the 2026 NHL draft lottery tonight. There are draft parties all around the NHL world hoping their team gets the lottery balls to fall in their favor so they can pick their latest 18-year-old savior. I see the wall of GMs all patiently tuning in, waiting for Gary Bettman and his cronies.
And we have the wall of guests with us right now.
And we have a wall of guests with us. We have the one and only, the tallest guy of the Many Fires clan. Maybe not, but Mr. J-Ro Loftus. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you again.
Hello.
A little more.
Hello.
There you go.
Hey.
Hey, buddy. He's in. We're in. And then we're also joined by the one, the only, the 3-time guest on the Quest for Fire podcast, Jeremy Big Perm Breaker. What up, buddy? Okay, indeed. Okay.
The champion, and he's holding the belt right now.
And that's right. Actually,
He actually has the belt.
he has the belt.
Fortunately, Jero came close to sniffing it.
J-Ro did come close. This is probably the closest he's come as commissioner to sniffing the belt, his own belt of his own design in the Mice and Gods Fantasy Hockey League. What a season, J-Ro. You almost made it. I got to give you kudos. You just lost to the more rugged Shane Fox squad.
Yeah, there was some letdowns in my goaltending was my strength all year, but the last week, I didn't show up. And that was it.
Sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles.
And I actually got second in the other fantasy league I'm in, the KFL.
Oh, you got second in that one too?
And that final ended 7-7, but because I lost to him in the regular season.
I got put on both my hockey pools with a tie in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, don't get Tim.
I just deleted the app. As soon as the second one happened, I just deleted the app. I'm like, my God, please help me. I'm dying here. I can't get 1 point for my life to win.
That's why the regular season seeding is so important. And let's turn our focus to the current champion, Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy, you debuted as a
kind of previous now.
Cinderella story. He shows up first year in our league, wins it. Crazy performance from Markstrom and the boys. And then what happened this year, Jeremy? Wicked championship hangover.
No idea. I have no idea what just happened.
He actually doesn't even know that the season started. We're in the playoffs, Jeremy.
Yeah, we're in the playoffs now. Jeremy had a hangover.
But he's going to have a good draft, eh?
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a nice
At the
draft
trade
for
deadline,
Jeremy.
I made sure I got some picks.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Just don't draft Anze Kopitar.
Yeah, he's retired.
Or Alexander Ovechkin.
He's retired.
No, he's not.
Ovechkin might. He might go back to Russia while he can still.
Watch him take Evgeny Malkin first overall.
Oh.
And he'll still be unsigned, waiting for a team to pick him up.
Evgeny had a pretty good season though, I got to say. Like despite the fact that he was, at near the end of his career, he still had a good season in Pittsburgh. But that team is far and away from the team that won those championships with Sidney and Gino leading the way.
I can't see Pittsburgh. If he wants to play, I think they'll give him a 1 year.
I think so.
You
They
sure?
should. I think he's earned it.
You don't think so?
No, they're breaking him up.
Oh, you think they're breaking him up,
Do
eh?
you think they're going to trade Crosby?
They're trading one of them. All three of them aren't coming back. It's going to
No
be different
way.
Penguins.
Yeah, it's going to be different. But it was a different Penguins this year because
Who's
Crosby
they going to
was...
hand it over to? The McGroarty or freaking... who's their freaking... I don't even know any players on freaking Pittsburgh.
Who was that kid? Chinikov, he lit it up there.
At Kindle?
Chinikov.
Yeah, Kindle looked great. Like, what a story for him. 18 years old, playing minutes like that, like right out of the dub into the NHL.
Calgary Headman, yeah.
I think that's a good testament for the readiness of the development league that is the CHL, Tim.
No, he's a surprise. He's a surprise. Some prospects will surprise you.
It's true. But honestly, I wanted Kindle bad. He was one of the centers in that draft, that Rezhny draft that I wanted bad. But I was like so shocked when Pittsburgh drafted him and then took that Zonin kid and then took Horkoff. I was like, man, they're loading up on center, and rightfully so because it was a center-rich draft. But we got Rezhny. I'm happy with Rezhny and his development.
But that's the thing. Like, Pittsburgh been building and competing for so long. Like, I don't know. Like, they're like, they have to tank it. They're just going to suck in Pittsburgh for a couple of years. If they're breaking up those guys, it's going to suck for a few years.
Yeah, like you're going to go into a downswing when you lose players of the
What do
ilk.
they got for goaltending?
2 Hall of Fame players. Apparently they have a prospect, this Russian kid. I forget his last name. It starts with an-
Askarov?
No. It's like starts with an M, but he's in their farm system, but he's supposed to be the next one.
The next one.
Next Russian goalie.
Like the one you said, the Calgary Russian
Oh,
kid.
Askarov is San Jose.
Who's the Calgary Russian kid?
Oh, what's his name?
Torgayev?
Oh,
It starts with an S?
no. We have Zarubin.
Zarubin?
That's our next one. And Sergeyev.
Zergayev.
The guy who comes up, we thought we're going to plug in an AHL goaltender who's not doing well, and we're definitely going to lose the last game of the
Yeah,
season.
thank you, Sergeyev. We're at the draft right now, and we're likely going to fall to 6 because of your ass.
Oh, here's Gary. Here's Gary and some host. I don't know
Yeah.
who this host is beside Gary.
AI told me this was fixed, eh?
Man, I had a nightmare. That Florida won the draft. Like, I can't believe they win a Stanley Cup and then win the draft the next. Like, that can't happen. Like, it is not fair. They sat everybody on purpose to restock their prospect
It
pool.
was unfair that Islanders got Schaefer.
I don't know about unfair, but it's just like you can't have a team that wins a Stanley Cup
They
and then
got
the next year
their
ends up
best defenseman since Denis Pauvin.
like sits everybody. Like, I don't know what the process
Who the
is
hell
here.
is Alex DeLuca?
He's got to be like the nerd in charge here. He's
He's
got to
like
be
the guy who calculated how to fix it.
He must be. He's the fall guy. DeLuca's the fall guy. He looks like Jonah Hill. Oh, here they go. They got a briefcase.
The fall guy.
They're putting the balls in the draft lottery thing. Here we get to see
They're
it.
doing it live for the second year in a row.
Second year. They want to make sure that everybody knows that it's
But
not
we know
fixed.
this machine is completely fixed.
Yeah, who's to say they can't
So
fucking...
if it's fixed, that means Calgary's getting number 1.
well, yeah, because
We win.
That's how it goes.
Because we're getting a new arena. Just like Edmonton got McDavid when they got a new arena.
Number 1. So that's got to be Vancouver. Oh, he must have like Parkinson's or something, eh? See him shaking all the time? I've noticed
Gary's
that for years.
like 200 years old, bro.
Gary is 5,000 years old.
Gary won't die. He'll just disappear like the Jedi.
He's not coming to
He'll
the
just disappear like how Yoda died. Just all of a sudden his suit
drops.
just kind of drops, like goes in.
Oh, Alex DeLuca screwed up. We had to get told.
Oh, shit.
Like, Gary, they went to commercial.
Oh, they're switching.
Oh, no.
Oh, they
okay.
switched out. Oh.
Okay, they still got the feed live beside a commercial. I thought they were going to do the old, now you see me, now you don't.
Oh, they're going to, and this is not going well.
Show me some Vegas magic here. Show me some Penn and Teller. How
Show
they
us
did it.
what's in the box.
They're saying it's just a ball with a number on it, and then each number corresponds to a team based on luck or something. Like, I don't know how this works. Like, how does this ball work? Are they drawing for the number 1 pick first, or is that last?
Last.
It's some combination of 4 digits, and depending on those 4 digits,
Oh, yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, yeah.
is determines where you're
Odds.
seated.
Okay, so they draw 4 balls.
Yeah, J-Ro lives in the digital air now. I don't think he spends much time with reality anymore.
Yeah, so, there we go. Flames in the bottom right behind Bettman. That's a sign. Please, hockey gods. Oh, my God. This is a monumental podcast.
If we can move up from 4, any top 3, I'm happy. Because we could get Carrolls.
I'm happy in the top 5. Malholtra,
I don't want Reed. I don't want Reed.
No, neither do I. I don't want another American. I want
He's
Canadian
going
kids.
to Adam Fox's.
Exactly. I want
Yeah.
Canadian kids. Canadian kids who are proud to put on our sweater.
No,
who are
I don't
comfortable.
want Reed because he's one of those flashy American guys.
No.
I think, but there's other Americans I'd like.
Oh, they lost the feed. Now we're going, what the heck? Oh, they're showing us Makar. Oh, that's how they do it. They
From
show us a
Calgary,
commercial.
too.
They show us a commercial, but then they keep the feed of the
They're
lottery.
replaying this. They already showed this earlier.
So they're replaying it, but then they cut to this so that they can jig things. Okay, so here we go. Percentage to win. Vancouver, 18.5. Chicago, 13.5. New York, 11.5. Calgary, 9.5. Thank you, Sergeyev. We could have had 11.5. But is 2% really going to make the difference? But, man, it is discouraging. How does Florida have a 6% chance at the pick? That is ridiculous. It is freaking ridiculous. There's no way they should be in this. They sat everybody. What a fucking tamper job by them.
I would gouge my eyes out if Toronto gets first overall.
Okay,
Does
here we-
Boston get their pick if it's top 5?
No, if it's 6 or lower, they get the
below
pick.
Boston.
So Toronto has to pick 5. They hope so bad. Otherwise, Tree Living has ruined that team, just like they ruined our team. Here we go. The first ball, number 7, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Winnipeg, if this was how it goes, but that's not how it goes. Okay, who's got? So now it's adjusted. So we're down a few points. Florida's down.
I don't get it. What's going on?
So the first ball was Winnipeg, right? So that skews the odds now. So you have it's a combination of the 4 balls. So 7.
Zach has 4 balls.
Don't talk about my other 2 missing balls. They cut it off when they cut off my toque. Okay, so what's this? This is number 2. So this is Chicago. It would be, but I don't even know how it corresponds. So 2. Calgary's still top 4. So St. Louis and Washington. Okay, that's picked.
We're not top 4.
That's why they got
Seattle
Boston
jumped
right
up.
beside Toronto. If Toronto moves up 1 or higher, it's Boston's.
Look for Seattle. Seattle has 18.2 now.
No way.
No freaking
No
way.
way.
No way. They're going to throw Seattle a bone, aren't
We're
they?
at 6.1 now.
Yeah, we're not getting this. No way. Unless we get a 4 here, 2 4s maybe. Oh, God, it's so grueling being a Flames fan. Okay, 11. So who's that?
St. Louis.
So what does that do? Okay. We're still top 4. We have 9.5% chance. Okay.
27 point. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God.
Look at that. Third spot was supposed to be us. Thank you, Sergeyev, you asshole.
Yeah, if it's third.
Sergeyev, if New York wins this, you're never going to touch a Flames jersey for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Here we go.
Conroy's going to trade you to the bottom league in the K.
But we'll have to trade him because, there's no place in the crease for him to play. You can't keep him in the A forever. Final ball needed to win. So we need 10. Yeah. Come on, 10.
We need a 10.
Fuck, we need fucking 10. Come on, I need a 10. Give me a 10.
No
Please.
way.
Vancouver needs 1, 5,
Is this what we're down to?
Yes, this is what we're down to. 9, well, we need a 10. Give me a 10. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. There's Craig. Craig's shaking his head.
Yeah, he's
Craig's
not liking it.
He's not
knows.
Oh, they cut the commercial. Oh, here we go. The last ball. Fuck, what's this ad doing here? This goddamn sports network. Oh, my God. 10. Please, 10. Please, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
Oh, it's getting
blocking
fixed.
the
It's
feed.
getting fixed.
The fix is in. Oh, the 10 was in there. The 10 was in there. I
It's
saw
getting
it.
fixed.
The 10 was in there.
It's fixed, bro.
The 10 was in there. The 10 was.
Sergeyev, I mean it, bro. You asshole.
Oh, the 10 was in there.
You asshole. New York better not
10.
get first.
10, 10, 10, 10.
Goes from the ECHL to the AHL just to ruin our freaking our odds.
10, 10.
Mother.
You know what? I'm happy with however it goes because you know what? Like, wingers don't
Get the
decide.
fuck off the podcast.
Wingers don't decide championships.
Hey, it's McKenna or bust.
Oh, but Tim's right in it. He wants his kid. His UConn
He's the
kid.
Steph Curry of the NHL.
He just wants to have his Yukon mom around. His mom. Oh, they're just, what is going on? This is agonizing. Just so they can throw some fucking
we could
ads
still
in here.
draft Manon Rayome's son. He's in this draft.
Fuck, what is he, third rounder?
Yeah, he's like third, fourth rounder.
Yeah. I'd draft him just to have his hot mom around. But like, come on here. Oh, the fix is in. There's got cutting away here. God, oh my God, this is insane.
It's diversity. They're
Oh,
going
look,
to give
there's
it
Chris
to San
Drury.
Jose.
Look at Chris Drury. He looks like Rivers Como. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
What are we waiting for?
I don't know. I don't know. This is so agonizing. Oh my God, I'm just so fucking stoked. Here we go. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Fucking 10 would be fucking amazing right now.
We have the same odds as Toronto.
And Chicago.
Oh,
And
we
Seattle.
have the same odds as
Everybody.
except for two. Except for New York.
Here we go.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Sergei
Here we go.
Fick.
Oh, Toronto wins it. No way.
I'm gouging out my eyes right now.
Toronto
I'm
wins
gouging
it.
out my eyes right now.
That is. Oh,
Get out of here, Matt
get
Sundin,
out
you
of
freaking
here.
asshole. You just got hired because they're falling apart and they're going to lose Adam Matthews.
They
Now
got
they're
it.
gonna get rid of
the fix
Matthews.
is in. The fix is
The
in.
fix is in. Toronto is going like in a hellfire. The franchise is done because Treliving destroyed it. Like Conroy had to freaking resurrect us from the grave to actually still be my.
And we dropped to fifth now. Yeah. What a joke. Toronto wins. Get out of here. What a joke.
Wait, doesn't it go to Boston?
No, because the top five protected. It had to stay in the top five. What a joke. Wow, Matt. I like Matt Sundin. And you know what? Like I said, a winger rarely decides.
Draft Reed.
No. Why do you want
Draft
Reed?
Reed first overall, Matt.
Oh, yeah. Matz is going to draft Reed. He's going to
Yeah.
go with Stenberg.
Hey, you're right. Oh. Because he's a Swedish motherfucker.
He's Swede. He's a Swede.
He's a fucking sausage eating bastard.
Lingonberry. They eat lingonberries and cod liver.
Well, now they're halal. So we've been taken over by
Yeah,
his,
exactly.
so.
Who isn't? We're next. Well, I'm actually happy for Toronto. They
No,
don't.
I'm not happy for Toronto.
They don't
Toronto
convey
can-
the pick. They don't convey the pick to Boston because Boston didn't deserve that pick because Tree Living is a fucking terrorist. And then you know what I mean? Like, so now they do the rest of the draft order, right? So it's still lottery, right? The rest
Well,
of the
I
draft.
think because we can move down as much as two, so it means that another team can jump.
What a joke. We were 2 off. Oh my God.
We had the same odds as Toronto. We had the same odds.
And that's a team that's maxed out salary. They should have been going for a playoff spot.
And
then they
freaking
fucking
Treliving
dog it.
like signed everybody to non-trade, no movement contracts forever.
Who?
And the guys you want to stay there only have like 1 or 2 years. Like
Who did he sign that was like that? Nobody. It wasn't him.
Like you look at Tanev.
It was that other guy.
Tanev
Dubas.
is there for another 5 years, and the guy's leg is barely attached to his body, man.
Yeah, I know, but he isn't like Tanev isn't a no move, no trade.
He's a no trade, bro. Look at this. Tanev is a no trade, bro. You can't even look at him without getting permission from Matt Sundin, bro.
All right, let's see here.
And Carlo, but he has like teams, like 15 team no trade. Not a no trade, but
Same with Austin Matthews.
say like if there's teams available, Carlo was gonna say no, I'm not going there. So yeah, Toronto needs some D, young D.
Where does it say his contract cap hit?
Maybe this Toronto first overall is a distraction of their new GM.
They
It's
do.
controversy.
They need it. All of it. That's
Well,
the controversy.
Like their franchise is basically worse off than where Calgary was. Well, actually, Calgary was pretty bad. Treliving destroyed Calgary pretty bad.
And he destroyed Toronto.
Yeah, and he destroyed Toronto. And
But the difference
Matthews is likely gone.
But the difference is Calgary, not being Toronto, doesn't get a first
gave,
overall pick.
He gave up Gaudreau for nothing. Went to Toronto, gave up Marner for nothing.
We don't get odds here. We don't get the odds. Okay, this is a second draw. They're still drawing. This is good. So we don't drop to fifth yet.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They're doing this for first, second, and third?
Yeah.
This is where we find out if we go sixth.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm not that upset anymore.
No, I'm happy with Carroll's. I'm happy with Verhoff. I'm really happy with Malholtra.
So why did that mess us up?
How did we drop down to 4.5%?
4.5. We're going to sixth. What
Hold
is going on, man?
Hold on.
This is totally unchill, bro.
Relax. Giga.
We're going to sixth.
Oh, look.
Who are we going to draft?
Florida's out. So Florida's out. Of
Trade
that.
down.
I'm happy. We got a lot of chips to move here. Like, we could move up, down.
If we're not top four, we're going to drop. Or
We have a
trade
higher
down.
percentage to move down.
We have too many second round picks.
Yeah. 3. So New York. What the fuck does this mean? So 11, 4, 3. Number 3. Oh, we're out of this now. How the fuck are we not even in the percentage to win number 2 now? Okay. San Jose, no way they win second overall here. To win second, to win the second draw, final ball needed to win 7-9.
It has to be someone already ahead of us, or else we fall to fifth.
So if Toronto
Sixth.
wins,
We
does he
fall
get
to
first and
sixth.
second?
How does Toronto? This is so bizarre. This has got to be for pick 2.
It is.
But how
Come
does,
on, Batman. We're getting a new arena. How are we going to sell tickets? How are we going to buy fucking $18 hot dogs, bro?
Actually, apparently the price is,
$35 beers, man.
I think it's because because we took on so much debt as the city that they're not going to jack up prices like they did in Edmonton.
No, they will. Prices will.
Oh,
go up.
San Jose. No way. No way. How do they keep getting... This is not fucking fair, man. What the fuck is going on? Fuck you, Mike Greer, you laughing fuck. No fucking
I thought you
way.
like San Jose. I thought you like celebrating.
I like how their fans are and how they appreciate a losing team because they got 20 people who care about this team. They don't
It's
care if they
diversity.
fucking lose.
It's diversity. We
What
have
a
to,
fucking
you know,
joke.
a white guy can't win it all the time.
How does Vancouver slide from first to third?
you go from the whitest, pastiest guy in
Wow.
Matt Sundin to Mike Greer?
Wow. What a joke. Toronto, San Jose. San Jose.
Vancouver's going suckers. Actually, we're worse off. Fucking Sergeyev.
We're the 4th worst team in the league. You know, but look, the 5th worst team, like this is ridiculous. What a joke. Mike Greer gets second pick after getting Celebrini, all these studs.
What is
Mike
this
Greer.
format?
This format's fucking stupid.
Oh man.
I'm liking the NFL draft even more these days. You know, you're the worst, you get the best pick. That's just how it goes. This is fucking just some dog and pony show.
You know what I like is they disqualified teams that won first, but it should go further back. It should go in the last 10 years. If you got first overall, you have to wait 10 years before you get a chance to even sniff, even if you're horrible.
Ugh, this is disgusting.
Should be a 10-year window.
The NBA and the NHL are just, they have a fucking
There's so
shitty
many
product.
teams you have to impose something like, because it's what, 4 years, eh? Right now, if you get first overall, you can't get first overall in the next 3-4 years.
But I get you. You know what? But this
isn't like that?
This does change the outlook for the prospects pick because
We're
there's
gonna get
no
a-
way. There's
We're gonna
no.
get a third guest on here.
There's no way that San Jose is going to pick Stenberg or McKenna. You know what I mean?
We end up in 6th.
And I don't think they're going to pick Malholtra because they got 2 other centermen. No, you're not bringing on AI on this. I don't want to hear AI. Fuck this AI, this guy.
Well, we have to ask her a question.
We don't have to ask her anything.
We have to clarify this for the people. Look at that. Toronto, San Jose, Vancouver, Chicago, New York Rangers, and at 6, your boys. Thank you, Sergeyev.
No. Sergeyev wouldn't have done anything. It doesn't matter.
Who would have been where New York is? If an NHL team picks first overall, do they lose the ability to pick first overall in next drafts? And how long?
Man, Toronto. 2 first overall picks before Calgary
No,
gets one.
there's no rule that stops a team from picking.
Okay, you're done. You're done. You're done.
Man,
What about the Edmonton Oilers rule? Where you win every freaking first overall pick for like 10 years. And then you finally have 2 guys.
What a joke. We pick 6th. We end up 6th.
Well, guess what? We have more kicks at the can. We're going to do it by committee. We're a committee team now. We don't have that one guy. Hey, Gradine, start working out. You're going to have to score 50 goals next year.
No, we need this team to lose again.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do. We need
But
another
we're not.
shitty year. We are going
We're
to.
not going to be terrible next year.
We're
We'll
not.
be better.
Better than who?
Better than this year's Flames.
Doubt it.
All our young guys are going to be 1 year older.
Okay.
And Wolf had a bum year, and he's going to turn it up, and we're going to dominate.
No.
We're going to make the playoffs next year.
No way.
And whoever we draft is going to be a big part of that.
No, we don't need to draft. We don't need to make the playoffs. We need to keep tanking.
Tell that to Conroy.
We need Joseph. We need Dupont.
Tell
we need
that
these
to
kids.
Huska. Tell Mike Huska, Zach.
Ryan Huska. They got Ryan Strome on there.
Tell
It's because we picked up these guys.
Zach Huska.
Strome and fucking Olofsson and these guys who had career resurgences because, you're on a team that didn't have any pressure. Oh, I can now play because there's no pressure on my shoulders. You know what? Honestly, it's like McKenna's good, but like he's not a physical freak. He's a playmaker. He's a Mitch Marner from the left wing.
Oh, they're not drafting McKenna.
Yeah, they will.
No, they won't.
100% they do.
they won't.
Who are they drafting? Stenberg? Maybe.
They're drafting Stenberg because Matt Sundin works for them now.
No, I think they take McKenna. He's the consensus number one. He honestly, Stenberg really slowed down.
Is that Ryan Strome?
It's Ryan Strome.
Why do they have him on here?
I don't know.
Are they transitioning him? Is he retiring?
I hope so. Trade him. Trade him to Sportsnet for fucking
Hey, he did good with us. Hey, he did good. He did good with us.
too good.
Yes.
Because I was just mocking him because he played well when the pressure's off. He couldn't get any fucking playing time in Anaheim.
Celebrini plays well when the pressure's off, bro.
What do you mean? Celebrini was a horse. No, he was.
Celebrini missed 5 slot shots in the gold medal game
Come on.
to win it.
McKinnon
5 times.
McKinnon missed
He
a
got a
overall.
pass on his stick, and he fell and missed the net 5 times.
Yeah, well,
No clutch.
yeah. He's a kid. He's 19. What do you expect that kid to do?
Well, hey, like Crosby came in at 19, and he was a killer.
Not in the Olympics.
Oh, he was a killer if they had the Olympics during it.
If
Yeah.
moot.
Yeah. If they
Moot
had the
point.
Olympics when he was in there.
It's a moot point.
You're cherry picking the thing, man.
No, you are.
Cherry picking because
You're
this
saying he
is
missed-
a weak team Canada.
You're saying he's not a dog because he missed 5 slot shots. He's
Yeah.
still on a
He
team.
still had an opportunity to
He
win the
was still
game.
leading his team when they were in contention for the playoffs.
He had an opportunity to beat USA in regulation.
Oh, look at his
He had
younger brother,
5
Dylan.
chances.
Holy smokes.
And he whiffed on all 5 chances.
Oh, Charles Wong. Remember when he was Kyle Okposo, Doug
You put
Weight?
Ryan Strome in Celebrini's place, he would have
drafted-
buried one of those chances.
Oh, look at Charles Wong's really chubby kid up there. Yeah, that kid's right chubby. Ryan Strome drafted 5th overall. Like, he was a 5th overall pick.
Who?
Ryan Strome.
Yeah.
Like,
And he's on Calgary. And guess where we're picking? 6th. So we're getting someone worse than Ryan Strome.
He looks like a rodent, doesn't he?
He looks like he went in a time machine and he came from the 50s.
Doesn't he look like he's got cheese somewhere on his person?
He looks like a background extra for Back to the Future.
He looks like this guy
A
could
salesman.
this guy gets chased by cats. He looks like his mortal enemy is the Orkin Man.
Delivers milk at your door.
The milkman.
Honestly, I think it's just really disappointing. Like, we end up picking 6 again. Toronto jumps from 5 to 1 when there was threat they were going to lose their pick because they got destroyed in
How
submarine.
many
by
first overalls did Toronto get?
now they've had Matthews and they've had
Wendell Clark.
McKenna and they've had Wendell Clark. Was Boreas Salming, was he number one? No. I don't know. It's just, they ended up getting a sweetheart deal of Matt Sundin, who was a number one overall pick.
But they traded.
Didn't they trade Wendell Clark for Matt Sundin?
Yeah, they traded Wendell Clark to the Nordiques, and they got Matt Sundin. And Wendell Clark was a beast when they traded him to.
He was, but he was almost dead at that time. He was
he was still relatively good, but he was still. Yeah,
he was winding down.
He was what? That was only like his 7th year in the league, was it?
Yeah,
seventh, 8th year.
A lot of hard minutes. The guy's number one number one forward, like a first line forward, and he's in a top enforcer, fighting guys like Probert in the '80s, Semenko, Joey Koser, Tony Twist, all those fucking goons. Jason Bukala.
Monahan was a 6th round, eh?
Yeah, he was a 6th overall. Yeah.
So
we get stuck again. Why did the Flames
Florida
always
didn't get it?
The 6? Rico Fata, Daniel Tkachuk, Corey Stillman, Sean Monahan.
That's our curse. Like,
why are we cursed to pick 6 all the fucking time?
No. Calgary does it right. We don't tank and like.
Does it right in what respect?
We don't cheap out. We don't cheap out to try to get our odds.
No, you're right.
We get guys like Sergeyev to come up and end our chances.
Hey, you know what else we don't get? We don't get generational kids. I'll tell you that.
Hey, we had Theron Fleur. We had Joe Nundag. We had Mika Kiprasov. We had Jerome McGinley.
How many cups between all those guys?
We had Johnny Gaudreau.
1 cup on our team in the 89 because Steve Smith scored himself.
Vancouver doesn't have a cup.
Thank God.
Toronto hasn't had a cup since '68, man.
Oh, but they're getting the fucking number one pick.
It doesn't matter because they're not going to do anything with it.
Honestly,
by the time the guy's going to have to negotiate his last RFA deal, these contracts are going to expire that Treliving just signed.
I'm just not happy that we're picking 6. We dropped 2 spots. You know, like we have 2 teams supplant us. How does San Jose get up to 2nd? Like, what a joke, man. What a fucking joke. You know, just because they want these teams to flourish. And like, I like the fan base there.
They want Toronto to flourish?
Yeah.
That's like the most expensive ticket in the world, bro.
No, in hockey.
For a brutal team.
They want it to
trying
flourish.
To get it, like, Leaf fans can't afford tickets for Leaf games, bro.
I know, Leaf fans
That's why all the guys go to YouTube and they have live reactions watching the game.
Or they go to Buffalo.
Because they can't afford to
Or they go to Detroit. They can't afford to watch at home.
So they're okay. They're okay. They don't need a first round. They could have picked 30th and not even had a first round. They're okay. It wouldn't even move an inch. It wouldn't move an inch.
I don't know. I just think it was just a real interesting configuration of numbers, considering they're getting a guy who's going to look like Mitch Marner after they just lost Mitch Marner.
The only good news here is hopefully that all those guys who migrated here from Toronto will hopefully migrate back to Toronto because
get out
of
of
first
here.
over. So we can get those guys the heck out of here.
Yeah, get all those Leafs fans at the Dome.
No offense, just that you guys should just stay in your own province.
Yeah.
Leave us alone. Let us separate from you.
So this guy,
I'm just kidding.
that separation bullshit out of here.
I want to separate now after this freaking
Okay,
fix of a draft.
What a fucking
Maybe
shit.
we're American. Bettman will start letting us, touch his cooter. I don't know.
How do we end up with 6 again? And if we lose that last game of the year, then we end up being 5th, like marginally better. But I get you. You know what? We have pieces. We can.
I accept it. Rico Fata is probably going to be drafted by the Flames.
Okay. So how does the draft order go? Now we can start theorizing about
Let's
who goes
take
where.
a look.
Who goes where?
Let's take a look.
Okay. Who is the number 1 overall pick? Ask all 4 of us. Who do you think number 1 pick is? Tim, who's the number 1 pick?
The number 1 pick is going to be Stenberg.
Wow.
Because of Swedish ties to Toronto. Of course, Matt Sundin being one of the new, what is he, a VP or what the hell's his position? The concierge?
President.
So he's going to make sure they get the Swede. That's what I hope at least.
Okay, Jeremy, who is the number 1 overall pick?
All these data-driven people, they're going to say, like, probably the Swede, too. I'm going for the Swede.
Really? Oh, my God. Okay, J-Ro, who do you think is the...
It's going to be McKenna.
Yeah.
You got a Canadian boy going to Toronto, superstar. Yeah.
So they already updated it. on here. So Gavin McKenna's going to Toronto.
That's what I think too. I think me and Jay are in agreement.
Ivar Stenberg is going to San Jose.
I don't think so. I think that's where I think it gets interesting because
They need a back end.
I don't want to hear their picks. I want to hear your pick. Who do you
this,
think
this
goes?
is what I think.
Well,
I
you
think Toronto goes with Stenberg. I think San Jose want like a very true number one defenseman. I think they get Carroll's second overall. I think they pick Carroll's or Reed.
I think they take the right-handed defenseman.
I think Toronto, McKenna falls right into their lap. He falls to third. And then
what do you mean?
fourth,
He falls to third for Vancouver? McKenna?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you got Stenberg, you got,
Reed?
They want Reed, and then Vancouver takes McKenna. You get Chicago, who will probably take Reed or Carroll's. Actually, it says on here that they're going to take Caleb Malholtra fourth.
Maybe. I could see them doing
And
that.
Keaton Verhoff to the New York Rangers.
Yeah, I could see that.
And Calgary gets, Carson Carroll's on this. I'm happy with that.
I'm happy with Carroll's.
I'm happy with that. I'll take Carson Carroll's sixth. I believe Carson Carroll's is the top three. I believe Carson Carroll's the top three.
So second pick. Let's go for consensus. So we got a split. Stenberg and McKenna. Who's your second pick? You think your second pick is Reed?
Stenberg and if without looking at the teams,
No. Looking at the teams based upon need.
on what I think they'll pick,
Yeah.
I think San Jose needs a defenseman. They need a solid guy to be able to help them move the puck up the ice to feed their high end offensive forwards.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they go defense.
Or I think they're willing to trade down because a couple of the defensemen, like there's three great defensemen there, and they think, well, you know what? We could move back in this draft and we can get another piece, and then we can still get a guy we want.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a chance for a trade down.
So I think Greer is a guy who likes to take chances in life. I hope if you hear this, Greer, maybe you can move down, like say, hey, Calgary, you know what? Stenberg just got drafted by Toronto. How about you give up Zarubin, or like give up like Ball or or Sharky?
Would you trade Zane Parekh for the number 2 overall pick?
Huh?
No. You wouldn't.
No, because you can't replace that ceiling. We don't know what his ceiling is, and we can't replace that. And two, like, what are you going to do? Trade him and then draft like Veerhoff? You're taking more of a risk with Veerhoff because Veerhoff's a project.
Sure, but
he's a project who
so
might
Zane.
not even have a ceiling like Parekh. But we know Parekh is generational with what he has done
offensively
at the earlier levels. But what he can do at the NHL is still, wait and see, because he's a project in itself. But his ceiling, he's proven his ceiling to be very, very high.
I'd consider it.
Possibly as high as Hughes.
I'd consider it. I'd consider it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think he's as good a
No, you
skater
don't like
as
him
he is.
because he's brown, you're racist.
No.
And you are an evil man.
No.
I'm just
I am racist, but I'm not evil. Like, I just think Zane Parekh, I've just watched him. He
joking.
takes a lot of big hits.
Zach is a really kind man.
He takes a lot of big hits. And I just don't see his skating. Zane Parekh, I don't see his skating on the same tier as Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes is a master.
Cole Hudson takes a lot of hits, Like a lot of these guys in their position, they're getting used to the game. And Parekh looked very good down the stretch.
He did.
And look,
He's going to get hit, though. Unless he can.
Everybody's going to get hit.
A lot.
Connor Bedard got hit.
Sure. Guys get
everyone.
hit.
Celebrini got hit. McDavid got hit and broke his collarbone.
And that's why I would like a guy over Veerhoff, over Parekh, because Veerhoff is 6'4", 210 versus Parekh.
We don't know what Veerhoff is going to be. We don't know if he's just going to be like if he's going to be like a Dion Phaneuf a couple good years and then
we don't know
fall
with any
off
of these
the
kids.
face of the earth.
The thing is, like everybody
we
drafted.
don't know. He's a project.
Everybody
He's
drafted
a project.
They drafted Makar out of the AJHL. Who thought Makar was going to be Makar? I remember they drafted Quinn Hughes 7th overall.
Where was Makar drafted? What was his position?
He was a defender.
No, where was he drafted in the draft?
4th overall.
Yeah, 4th overall. Yeah, and we're looking at Carroll's. We're looking at Veerhoff. Even Smits is even getting his name in there.
Honestly, he's not a bad pick. I think he probably surprises someone. You know, if somebody wants a rugged, mean, physically mature guy who can play, and the guy played in the Olympics.
So, like,
as a 17-year-old kid,
like there's good players here. Let's just agree that there's good players.
It's a good draft.
In this,
there's no unicorns, but I think it's a good draft.
well, you never know. You can't be sure, but because really, like who would have thought Patrice Bergeron was going to be Patrice Bergeron when he was drafted?
That's true.
And yet he was the only player in his draft class to play an entire season at 18 years old, scoring an overtime winner for the Boston Bruins, in the playoffs. And, and being one of the youngest Boston Bruins to ever score a winner in the OT for the franchise. And then he turned out to be one of the greatest two-way players of all time. He was drafted early in the second round.
We just don't know.
So
we just don't know.
It's really up to the player and the individual itself. And that's why it's important with these guys, with these scouts. And this is the thing. I'm kind of trusting Calgary's scouts. I'm kind of trusting them to get the right guys with the right mentality. And you look at it by our locker room, guys don't want to leave. They love being in Calgary. It's a big. Remember when? What was it? Huberdeau's first year. It was a shit show, eh? It was a shit show, and it was like nobody wanted to be here. And all of a sudden, they make a couple moves. And then, you see the morale kind of go up. And then you see guys coming to Calgary, they start to enjoy it. You see Weegs, Weegs was a big part of that. Unfortunately, he was traded away, which I kind of wish he stayed. But, we got 100 second rounds for him. So I'll do that any day of the week. And he kind of set us up too for this draft so we can replace him with a decent player. And not on top of that, we have plenty of options here. Like we could trade up, we could make moves to get the guys they want, and I'm kind of trusting the scouts on this. You
didn't mention that we could trade back. We could trade back, and what if we pick up a guy like Vigo Bjork?
And guys can fall too.
The guys could fall.
Vigo Bjork, he's going 7th, 8th, 10th.
Well, no, he's around 10. We trade back. I would pick him up.
He looked really good in.
Pick up more assets.
Really good.
Pick up more assets, right? Yeah. Package some other assets.
He's not a big body, but he has that tenacity and that skill with the puck pursuit. He's a talented player.
He kind of reminds me of Theo Fleury without the chip on his shoulder.
But you can look at it. Veerhoff, let's look at it. Veerhoff, Caleb Malhotra. Those are I guess you can say those guys are really going to dictate how this top 10 is going to look, because those guys can either go up or they can fall at mid, but those guys can really mess up the top 3. Who knows where some of these teams...
No, I agree with you. I think
what you're talking about, Veerhoff, I don't doubt that there's a GM out there saying, you know what? We need a defenseman like this. We don't have a defenseman like this.
You know who could do that?
Who's that?
Mike Greer.
I agree. A right-handed shot his size, and he said, at this point, we have the capability to be able to insulate him and allow him to play with these guys. He just has to make tape-to-tape passes.
So let's go back. Okay, so you pick Stenberg first, based on the team. Okay?
Based on Toronto?
So the second pick goes to San Jose. Who's your pick?
It might have not been Veerhoff. It could have been Veerhoff, but I think it's a defenseman. And I'm kind of thinking it's probably Reed or Carroll's. But Veerhoff could very likely fall into that easy. Easy.
So make a pick then. You're Mike Greer. Who do you pick? Who's your pick?
I would say American. Reed.
Okay. All right. Number 2 pick. You're Mike Greer.
Reed.
Jeremy, you pick Reed?
Reed.
Okay. J-Ro, who do you pick?
San Jose's taking Carroll's.
San Jose's taking Carroll's. Nice. Okay. I'm going to say that San Jose takes Veerhoff.
Okay.
Third pick. So just remember who you picked. As we go. We're going to go to 6. So third pick. Vancouver.
Who's picking third? Vancouver?
You're Vancouver. So Veerhoff and Stenberg and your draft board are gone.
Yeah, and on mine, so yeah. I got Reed for San Jose, and then I had Stenberg. So obviously Vancouver is going to go with McKenna. Yeah. So I don't see them I don't see... They don't have anything really to pass McKenna, but they could go off the board and take a D-man because of the absence of Hughes. That's what I hope. And McKenna falls to 6.
Not happening. He's not getting past Vancouver.
But he's not. I don't. It's hard, but I think, McKenna's going.
Okay,
probably
McKenna, he's your third.
ended up in Vancouver.
Jeremy, who's your third pick? Your Vancouver?
Yeah, McKenna.
Okay.
McKenna will go there. Yeah.
Okay, J-Ro, who's your pick?
Stenberg.
Okay.
He got Stenberg third.
Yeah, and I'm going to pick Stenberg as well to Vancouver.
Gerald, what was your top 3 again?
McKenna.
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 Carroll's. Stenberg.
Oh, you got Carroll's second. Okay,
Yeah.
you got Carroll's. I don't disagree with that.
Okay, and then I take Stenberg third. Okay, so fourth pick Chicago. Who do you pick?
Carroll's is a dark. He could move anywhere.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that this draft is super fluid because now of the way that the lottery balls bounced and the team needs versus are they going to go
Zach
BPA?
is super fluid and his balls are bouncing.
They're always massive. No, you just don't know what's going to shake down. Like teams prioritize different things. Like, do you remember when Anaheim steps up to the draft when they pick Seneca? Nobody thought they'd pick Seneca
And
4.
who's picking fourth?
That's Chicago. Nobody thought that Anaheim was going to pick Carlson second. Honestly, nobody thought that stuff, right? You know what I mean? Like teams value different things differently. Anaheim values size down the middle, size up front, right? That's why they have the team they have. And they look pretty good, even though they lost last game. They're playing with house money. So, okay. So your first 3 is Stenberg, Reed, and then McKenna.
Yeah, and then I think Chicago.
Who does Chicago go for
I
if all
think
those guys are
Chicago
gone?
go with your line of thinking, and they go Verhoff.
You think they go Verhoff even though they have Levshinov?
I think they believe that they need like that back end to get, and it's not based upon what they have. I think it's just more or less on what they feel they need. I think they go with Verhoff.
Okay. All right. Jeremy,
I think they go with Verhoff.
who's your fourth pick at Chicago?
Who's Carson?
Carson Carroll's, yeah. Carroll's there. You pick Carroll's?
Chicago.
Okay. J-Ro, who's your fourth pick after all your guys have been picked?
Chicago, probably take a D. So that would be either Reeds or
Smits or Verhoff?
Well, Buffalo plays tomorrow. Tonight's
That's probably Reed.
You'd pick Reed? Okay.
that crazy.
And then if I'm Chicago, you know where I go?
Where you go?
I'm going to Malhotra. I'm
okay,
picking.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm picking. If I'm picking fourth overall, that's a sweet spot for Malhotra.
Do you think that if Malhotra becomes what he could become, that would move Bedard to permanently at wing,
Yeah,
playing with
yeah.
Malhotra?
I don't think Bedard's a center at all. I think he's a pure goal scoring winger. Push the pace, let that guy cheat at the blue line. Just let that guy get that howitzer shot off. You don't burden that guy with skating. He's not a center. I've seen it. He's an NHL plus minus worst how many years in a row. That guy's not a center. Put a guy like Malhotra in the middle
Not
of that
NHL's worst.
team. Almost.
Not as bad as Celebrini.
Oh, yeah, right. Anyways, so that's who I picked 4. Okay, so number 5, you are New York Rangers. Who do you pick then with your draft board?
I think the New York Rangers repeat history, and they take Manny Malhotra's son, who they taken.
Yeah.
Was that in the 99 draft?
Yeah, 7th overall.
They took Manny Malhotra. Now they repeat history and take his son, Caleb Malhotra.
Okay, 5th. That's a good pick. That's
And,
honestly
he
because
ends up a New York Ranger, and it blows. Everyone gets excited, and
I think he is like a prime choice 3 to 5. I just don't think he makes it to the Flames, and that's why I think the Flames have a chance to move up. Like they could move up if they could trade with maybe San Jose, maybe with Vancouver, even because Vancouver. Well, maybe Chicago. If Chicago doesn't want Malhotra, I think they maybe trade back.
yeah.
Okay, so who you pick Malhotra? Who's your New York Rangers pick number 5 overall? Who do you pick?
Jeremy.
Verhoff?
Ooh, Verhoff. So remember, okay, so you go Stenberg,
Stenberg, Reed,
McKenna,
and Carlson,
Carls, and then
Chicago.
you went Malhotra.
Malhotra.
5 to New York. Okay. All right.
No, he went Verhoff.
Oh, Verhoff.
Oh, Verhoff.
Verhoff. Verhoff.
You forgot it.
Okay. Well, I like your draft. It leaves Malhotra for us.
Zach likes anyone who's picking Malhotra.
Okay. J-Ro, who do you pick for 5 overall for New York based on your draft board so far?
Rangers, I got to agree that, Malhotra makes sense given the legacy and, yeah.
The type of player, because Trocheck's aging, and
Zibanejad's aging. They don't really have much strength down the
and
middle.
that'll open up the door for them to move those guys and open up room for the younger guys.
Yeah,
And maybe that would be a good connection for Lafreniere to kind of bust out finally.
Yeah, I think playing with a better centerman, and I think that'd be a good combo. It's Lafreniere and Malhotra.
Maybe even Cooley, Cooley and Malhotra, like killing a penalty. That'd be something like I love Cooley. Cooley's a good hockey player.
So for the for New York, who I pick then is I probably pick. Is Reed still on the board? Yeah, Reed's still on the board for me. So I'm going to pick Reed. I think New York goes with Reed.
2 American righties.
Yeah.
You got Adam Fox. You got Reed.
Yeah, Reed. I think they go there.
Okay.
I think they go offense, double down. Fox is getting older. He's not as dominating.
Fox is actually not getting older. He just looks older because of the way he skates.
Yeah, he doesn't skate well at all.
He still gets points, though. I don't know how he freaking does it, but he still gets points. That bastard.
So, okay, so then 6 pick. Now we get to the Flames. Who do you pick at 6? Based on your board, who do the Flames pick at that position?
Carson, I would have taken him 2nd overall. Carson Carroll.
Carson Carroll's. Okay.
He's in my like scouting report in my brain, and any NHL looking for a GM, I'm right here. Or a head scout. I'm just kidding. That only scouts in Calgary. No, I'm just kidding. I have McKenna 1st overall in my books, and then I have Carson Carroll 2nd. And I think if Carson Carroll falls to Calgary at 6th, I think we might unlock one of the greatest tandems since Gary Suter and Al McInnes.
Wow. Honestly, I
but not quite like that. I think Perek is like more of a Gary Suter-esque without the tenaciousness, because Gary Suter was a very he was actually a kind of a violent tenacious player.
That's Paul
but
Kariya.
He had offense like in his sleep. He could pass it on tape from anywhere in the ring. And then you got Carson Carroll's like Al McInnes, not without the shot, but he has the vision, and he can actually quarterback as well, or he might have the ceiling to maybe even quarterback a power play better than Perek. That's the only.
Yeah, I like it. I like
he's a big body.
Big body. He's actually apparently his 4-way agility and skating ability, they say, is probably the best in the class at defense. At his size, and he's got a wicked wrist shot. So, like, the guy was on a house on fire.
I think he's captain material. Personally, I think he's captain material. I think he's going to be a captain in this league. Wherever he goes, I think Carson Carroll's is going to be a captain. He's probably going to win a Conn Smythe. He's going to win a Norris. He's going to be a champion. And I think big of this guy. And honestly, with all the chat we had about Veerhoff, I think Veerhoff has that potential. I just don't know it yet. Depending on who, I think it has to go down to environment. But I think Carson Carroll's is probably one of those players you can put him on any of the 32 teams, and he will shine as bright as anyone. And
he almost seems like he's NHL ready to me. Honestly, like, you could probably put him in at 18 and put him under your 3rd pair, and he probably holds his weight.
Yeah, he has the big stick, and he'll be able to play power play minutes and penalty kill minutes.
The speed, he's played 70-something games a year in the CHL development league.
I would be totally happy to get Carson Carroll.
Anyways, okay, so you got Carroll 6th to the Flames. Jeremy, who do you got 6th to the Flames based on your draft board?
Between was it Morozov? Ilya and Lawrence. I'm one of those two.
Tynan?
Yeah.
Really? Well, you got to pick one.
Okay, the Russian. Connie will like the Russian.
Whoa. Wow.
That's another guy Zach was high on, was Morozov.
Well, not at 6.
Next to Caleb Malhotra.
Not at 6.
But I think he was like your second center guy. He
was my second center coming up
my
in this
second
draft.
center, like, I was Marcus Ruck, but he's still going late.
Man, the scouting report on Morozov is nice. He's big. He's defensively responsible. He doesn't play on a powerhouse team. And what does he play for? Miami or Ohio, I think?
Yeah.
So they're a strong team, but they're really defensive, not very offensive. I don't know if his offense gets unlocked, but he looks like he could be almost like a second coming of like a Bobby Holik. Big body, really dependable, maybe can score you 20, maybe 30 one day, 70 points, but play Selke defense. I like that pick. That's a risky pick, but I like it. And Connie does like guys in the AHL and the NCAA because they get a longer window to cook. So, okay, that's a nice pick. Okay, J-Ro, you're the Flames. You're Craig Conroy. Based on all this, who do you pick?
Number 6. You're not going to get someone that's NHL ready, I don't think. So you got a year or two to still develop them. So I think you go with someone that has shown a lot of potential, but still need a year or two to develop. So I'd go with Nikita Klepov.
Whoa, a winger. Oh, man.
The leading scorer of the OHL.
Wow. You know, the Flames do well when we pick out of the OHL.
A right winger. A true right winger.
Yeah, that's a ballsy pick, 6 overall. Like, I think you can definitely trade down and get that guy, but if you don't trade down, all things being equal,
He has a two-way side to him too.
yeah, that's a decent pick.
He's very defensive minded.
Yeah, but he's a highlight reel too. That guy can shoot.
Yeah.
He has skill, he has vision, and leading the OHL in scoring, like that's not easy.
If he gets bigger, he puts on size, he's just going to be even more presence out there.
Okay.
That was a pull.
Klepov.
That was a pull. Respect.
All right, so I'm going to say if I'm Craig Conroy and my draft board looks like it does, Veerhoff is gone, Reed is gone, McKenna's gone, Stenberg is gone, Malholtra's gone. Definitely for me, the Flames pick Carroll's. You have a chance.
2 for 1.
You have a chance to exactly what Tim is talking about. You have a kid who looks.
One thing we
He has size.
actually agree on.
He has size. He has skating. He has offensive ability. He has defensive ability. The guy looked like one of our more steady options at the World Junior Championships last year with Veerhoff as a partner, as a duo. They looked really good. I can't believe it's snowing in Colorado. That's so
I was
cool.
going to say, is that snow?
It's basically like Calgary. Like we get snow like that, but we're in nicer weather than there right now, apparently, in the Rockies. Driving down to Vegas last week through Idaho, they had a bunch of snow. Anyways, I think Carroll's is too good to pass up. Imagine a duo of Zane Parekh and Carson Carroll's. That is a mighty tantalizing look. I don't think there's a forward at the value spot at 6 that you take. I think you go BPA and it's at defense there. But I think there's room for, if Carroll's is there, you run to the podium. If he's not there, based upon the configuration, if it's Reed, honestly, if I'm the Flames, I trade back. I look at maybe Vigobork, or I look at Morozov, or I look at even Klepov. I think Klepov goes before the Vegas pick, but the only thing I disagree with Klepov is just I don't think the Flames need another winger. I think we're just stacked at wing. Unless the guy is just so fucking dynamic, you know what I mean? And Klepov could be. Klepov looked really fucking nice. Playing for Sarnia. Didn't he play? I think he played for Sarnia, Sting.
Yeah, and I think there was another, was it his teammate? Shilov? Shilov? He was... okay, but Shilov was another Russian in the OHL that was... that actually was potential to be top 10.
No, one time, yeah. So... It's a good draft. Apparently what they're saying about this draft, the real quality is in picks 15 to 50. The players from 15 to 50, or maybe even 13 to 50, are really fungible. You know what I mean? Like they all kind of like have similar value and strengths and weaknesses.
Kind of throughout.
Yeah, and it's going to be like there's no consensus there for sure. But like in that mix, like you want a lot of picks. And that's why I'd be okay with the Flames trading down from 6 or trading up. Trading up is going to cost you. Like, who is a prime in your guys? If there is a trade up scenario, who's it with, Tim?
Well, looking at all the teams, I think it's San Jose. Like I said before, San Jose might be seeing that all of the gold that they want is actually a few picks back, and they think they can get the guy they want, like whether it be a Carroll's or they think Veerhoff is going to fall back. But I think it's basically between 2 forwards in their eyes, and if they don't really see those 2 forwards like being a big part of like if they're already kind of like fixed at that position, there's a small possibility that Mike Greer might like, well, we're going to go D, but the Ds are not here. Let's move back. And Calgary might be an optimal opportunity because we have assets galore and we could easily give them, a couple first rounders, a couple second rounders, like combination. And then we also have like actually prospects that we could throw in the deal, that could also alleviate some of that hesitancy on a deal. So Calgary has done a nice job stocking the cupboards in the last 2 years. Conroy did a very good job with his scouting crew, and I think that
Both scouting crews, amateur scouts and the pro scouts.
we have the highest likely of being able, one of the few teams to be able
San
to
Jose.
move up.
Okay, cool. So, Jeremy, in your mind, for a move-up scenario for Calgary, what team is the best match for Calgary to move up with? And what's your logic?
Who are the top three again? After San Jose, who's three?
Vancouver. Vancouver, Chicago, New York.
Yeah, it would have to be San Jose. Yes.
Well, to be fair, like a Vancouver and San Jose trade are kind of a similar thing because we're all Pacific, right?
Yeah.
So there's that. There might be that stigma.
There's Chicago, there's New York.
And if I was GM, I honestly don't like trading in the same division. Play teams because you're trying to get better in your division.
And I think it's what you're giving up. I think with draft picks, it's less
Yeah.
because
It's less of a stigma because
you don't really
what they
know.
are.
It's a crapshoot to know if that guy's going to be a decent player.
Yeah.
or not.
Players in your system and players on your team, I think it's a different thing. So you pick San Jose too.
Yeah.
You think
yeah.
they move up with San Jose? Okay. All right, J-Row, you're Craig Conroy. You're looking at a trade-up scenario. Who is the most likely partner or match for you to trade up with?
I would say San Jose as well. I think San Jose is right on the cusp of being a playoff team, and so they need not
Roster
prospects,
players.
but they need roster players.
And maybe young roster players with,
Yep.
and maybe a prospect in the pick.
A couple prospects in the pick, yeah.
Player,
So
prospect, pick.
Okay, so, all right.
Maybe
Okay,
a
I agree
couple
with you. So then what does your deal look like then? So, who are you offering as Craig Conroy to San Jose? Because that's a big jump.
yeah,
and-
like you said, we have so many wingers, so we can get rid of one of our young wingers.
like which one? Who would you get rid of?
Zari?
Possibly Zari, or maybe even
Hanzik?
Hanzik. I don't know about
I
that.
think Hanzik would be. He's fitting into being
Yeah.
a two-way center,
He's gonna
and he's
be
a
a wing.
big boy. So
But do you think
he's-
San
So
Jose
you'd
will
give-
ask
so you'd give
to
up
add him?
a winger or any, like what about like a Muse or something, like any of our D prospects or
But Muse, yeah, but he's been injured, so I think it might not be as attractive.
Hunter?
I don't know, but I think it's circumstantial because you're not going to trade up if it's Stenberg and McKenna went first, to San Jose. We're only trading up if we want McKenna,
or Malhotra. I think they want Malhotra. I think center depth is the priority
But
for
I
this
don't
organization.
think you're trading with San Jose to get Malhotra. I think
I take Malhotra over Stenberg. If you ask me, honestly, Stenberg to me doesn't move the needle. He's not a dominant force on the wing. He's a little guy who doesn't.
he's
play.
a two-way guy.
He's a 5'11" guy who doesn't. He's a 2-way 5'11" winger.
He plays the body.
and that's why I think
He's a
San
puck
Jose
pursuit.
moves off
He has
because they
vision.
have Nylander.
He could do power play, penalty
they-
kill.
Not Nylander. What's his name?
Stenberg's like
Who's the?
a jack in the box tool.
No, they have a they have a winger. They have a Swedish winger that they've dropped that they have there.
Who's that? San Jose Eklund.
Eklund. He's a similar player to Stenberg in my mind. So I don't think that they're going to go.
I
Back
think
to him.
Stenberg is a better two-way player than a lot of players in this draft.
Yeah, but at 2 overall, you're looking for a home run, and that's where I think they. That's where I think they're a
Holtz
fit.
is a home run.
I think they're a fit to move back, and I don't think that they have Celebrini, they have Misa coming up. You know what I mean? They have Wenberg. I don't think they're going to draft another center unless they feel like he's the best player and he's what they want. They can move him to a wing. They can move someone else to a wing. Maybe they do that. They like the OHL.
I don't think Malholtzer's going higher than fourth. I don't think. All
It
those
depends.
teams are looking at outside.
It depends. It's going to be an interesting draft, and so that's our top 6. I appreciate you guys. Okay, so now let's do one more exercise, one more thought experiment. Okay, Tim, you guys trade back. Who do you trade back for? Not the team you identify, but who do you
Ruck Brothers.
So you go from 6 to lower to secure your shot.
No,
to Ruck
no,
Brothers.
I get a good deal moving back, a prospect and a roster player, young, and whatever team it is, and I try to get around 10th or 9th, and I'll take Liam Ruck, and then I'll use one of my other firsts to get Marcus Ruck.
Okay, you're moving back to get the Ruck Brothers. You want to secure them. Okay, cool.
I'll secure the Ruck Brothers. They ain't the Sedins. They're going to be better.
Oh, yeah, right.
Less gay.
All right. Okay, Jeremy. Okay, not the team as a match, but what player would you move back for based on if all the guys that were drafted ahead of where were drafted and you were thinking about moving back, who would you move back for? Because you picked Morozov. And honestly, I think you could move back and get Morozov. What's your thinking?
I like the Ruck Brothers too, and my only reason because those are the only ones I pretty much know.
Okay.
And it's pretty much the Ruck
Marcus
twins.
Ruck had the most points in the CHL this year.
It's a rare opportunity to draft a pair of identical twins. It's for sure, and securing that.
And the way they play together, they say it's Sedin-esque,
I've heard that.
but they have a little edge to them. They got a little fire in them.
Yeah, they're Canadian instead of Swedes. That's for sure.
But-
I'm not going to get punched
yeah.
12 times in the face by Brad Marchand and not
And
punch
they can
back.
kill penalties. They can take the body.
Yeah, they can do
They're
some
not one-dimensional like the Sedins, who take 10 years to develop.
All right, J-Ro, you have a chance to move back. Who are you moving back for? Not the team, but the player. What player would you look to move back for?
Yeah, I think the play has always been to look at the Ruck Brothers if we do drop down, and we did drop down to 6. So, yeah, picking at 6, it's so many options that it doesn't really hurt to drop down and get the Ruck Brothers because they are, like if you split them up, you don't know what you're getting.
Yeah.
And so anyone that's lower down is going to be cautious of drafting just one of them.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
No goalies, huh?
So not this year, not this draft. So what I'm going to say is
We're a couple years away.
So
from
the two
actually
players that
having
I identify
goalies.
that I think that you can move down for is Morozov and Bjork. I think Bjork is the one that you move down for. And then I think what you do is you move up from that Vegas pick. If you want to get the Ruck Brothers, you move up from that Vegas pick to try to get Liam. And then with your second round pick, you try to get Marcus. Because Marcus isn't a first round pick.
That makes sense. You could still get him even if we don't trade back our
Yeah.
first day. So we
But
could,
you could still exactly, and then there's a scenario where you get Carrolls at 6, Smits at 6, Bjork at 6,
yeah.
unlikely, but Malholtra at 6, and then you could still have the ammunition to secure the Ruck Brothers. You know who I'm looking at is I'm looking at that pick chain between St. Louis because St. Louis has 2 picks back to back, don't they?
It's pretty close.
Because the playoffs will determine. But
Yeah.
it is close. I think Liam is going to go in the mid-teens around there. I think he's going to get like a Ben Kindle kind of.
I think Liam's going
Attention.
from anywhere from 12 to 15. And then Marcus, he's one of the guys I still believe that could make a jump. Just because he's a center, he's a natural center with a really amazing passing pedigree. And I think those guys are fairly rare. Like there's not a lot of guys like that have a straight passing pedigree or natural centers.
Mm-hmm.
When we were spoiled by that in the 90s where there was Pierre Turgeon, Adam Oates, Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, you had all these centers who had such great vision.
Oh,
my goodness, it's going to be one of those games.
First shot of the
McKinnon.
game scores.
Who's in net? Is it Gustafson this
Yeah.
time? Yeah, they're testing out Gustafson. I think, oh, man.
Oh, it's Nietzsche's.
Yeah, but I do think that because when we're looking at centers are valuable, and you have to, and if you get one with skill, it is better to take a risk on it. You take the risk because those are kind of like factors that are irreplaceable. So you can go and get like the worst it can like be is he turns into a Shingarov guy, Sharky, you know. But you know,
breakaway Minnesota right after they score. No way.
It's going to be one of those again.
Oh my God, I'm going to be track meet again.
Yeah, but I do
Kaprizov.
see Marcus moving up to the lower teens, possibly, because they're saying he's in the low 20s to mid 20s. I think he'll go up to lower teens, but I think Liam will stay where he is because I think there is still like a number of guys who are very attractive there at the 10 to 11 slots. So, because we still haven't talked like Bjork can probably
Smits.
You know,
he's
again talking centers. He's like a skilled center guy.
We are not talking Lynn. Lynn, he's an undersized
Ryan Lynn.
He's an undersized offensive defenseman who's getting a lot of love.
Yeah.
So like, there's still a lot of guys in that range, but I think after that, once you get to 12, 13, that's when we're talking about.
But even too, there's still
13,
guys.
50.
There's still guys who could jump from the 20s and the teens up to like 10th spot. Like we're looking like guys who might actually want to take a risk on a project, like Ethan Belches.
Yeah, we haven't said Belshed's his name.
Yeah,
I think he goes. Probably,
he fell back.
I think he goes top 10 still at his size.
But there's
somebody
a chance
takes him.
There's a team in the top 10, 10th that will actually take a chance.
Like, do you think he gets past Florida?
You can't train size.
You can't. I think Florida takes a chance on Belshed's. But
they can goon him up.
But I like the fact that we're all kind of in the only world. The only kind of, I guess, helium outlier was the Klepov pick. But more often than not,
and Carroll's moved all over top
from 2 to
6.
6. Yeah, he was from 2 to 6, and I think that's his range. To tell you the truth, is anywhere from 2 to 6.
Yeah. And it's just how much you value it because Carroll's is what, a lefty?
Yeah, lefty.
He's a lefty, and then you say, well, the right hand shots are the guys you kind of want. So Veerhoff and Reed is a right hand shot too.
Yeah,
so
is Ryan Lynn.
So those two guys are righties and have potential. So. But yeah, I think there's outliers and there's still guys like Caleb Malhotra. He's moving all over the place right now. Like who knows? You know, who knows where a team like Vancouver could take Caleb Malhotra over McKenna. Who knows if McKenna falls there? As I hope. But and then McKenna falls to 6th.
So like like for instance, Tylen Lawrence is still there. Schmitz is still there. Bjork, Hemming, Daxon Rudolph. So like, and then Belshets and Lynn. People are saying Elton Hermanson, but like, as far as I'm concerned, it's basically like Suvanto, Belshets, Lynn.
Suvanto's a big body, power forward with skill.
Hemming, Rudolph, Bjork, and Tynan. And that kind of that rounds out the top.
Yeah. Suvanto's another guy who could probably be taken higher than what people expect them. Because he's like 6'3".
That's the top 14. So anything
and he's
after
a pure
15.
Finisher.
So anything 15 to about 50, they're saying this draft is like the same.
Yeah.
So that that means like that's
you're getting
a lot
guys
of variation.
who good top 6, good depth guys, but guys who can definitely add, stir the pot, in your team and probably make some noise. So you're looking at guys that have potential. So it's a big thing, I think, for this draft because you're looking at it, I think guys are going to be happy with their draft, in the first and second round. And they're going to be, you're going to like the pieces you have. Really what it comes down to now, it's development and what you can do with those pieces. So
like it's a
Bergeron could fall out of this draft easy.
Easy. Like it's a good looking draft.
Yeah.
Like it's a good draft to have a lot of picks in the top 55 that we do. And I think to get the rucks, I think the Flames are best poised to do so.
Well, because we have another team that probably watched.
We picked 35 and 36, right? We picked 35, 36. We have Vegas's pick. Now I'm looking at Tankathon.com and they're saying Liam Ruck goes 26 to Seattle, and we pick Maddox Dagenais at 28. I think they're Dagenais, but there's a definite opportunity to like trade up. I think the Flames
with second rounds.
I think the Flames get squirrely when if they're at 28, and it's it's probably like 22. Morozov is gone. They're saying that Pittsburgh takes Morozov at 22. I think after that you're looking, and if Liam's still on the board, you're moving up to get him.
And we still got to keep in mind that Calgary has hella a lot of cap space.
A lot of caps.
So there's still a potential that Flames could land something into their lap, you know?
And Calgary, out of the what trade was it? It was the Zadorov trade. Trade?
Yeah.
They got Vancouver's 3rd round pick. So we have the first pick of the 3rd round too. Like the Flames are just loaded for bear in this draft.
This is going to be one of the best drafts, honestly, for the Flames when it comes down to potential. I don't think we had a draft where we had this much opportunity, and it's not just this draft; it's next year's draft as well.
We got a lot.
We
of
have
picks
multiple firsts.
Yeah,
and the year after, I think we got multiple seconds.
And we still got guys like Blake Coleman. Like Blake Coleman next year at the trade deadline is going to fetch a king's ransom. Somebody's going to pay up a first and a second and a prospect for Blake Coleman. Yeah, he's a playoff player, proven. He's like
and we got Sergeyev right now, who's on the block. That fucker.
To you, I don't want. Honestly, I would trade Dustin Wolf before I trade Sergeyev.
Fuck off, man.
I would.
You want to fucking bury this fucking franchise?
I know.
You lost your Calgary Flames license.
I
take it from you. I revoke your Calgary. This podcast is no longer Flames podcast. Zach has tainted it.
Okay.
Saying trading Dustin Wolf,
hey,
the best goalie at his age in the world.
At his age, it still doesn't mean he's in the world. But okay.
One season, which was actually not even a bad season. He played great most of the games, bro.
Man, you get so excited. No. He's okay.
You're drunk.
Hold on. He's a quality. He's a quality goaltender. Don't get me wrong, but I don't see many comparables. I don't.
What Zevia did you drink?
I don't see many comparables for a guy his size in today's NHL. Honestly, that's why I think a guy like Devin Cooley even had more success than he did this year.
Leon's the best statistical goalie, and he's the same size as Dustin Wolf in the playoffs.
Listen, who is
Leon? Lion for Buffalo.
Oh, God, come on. He's a backup.
Same size, bro.
Okay, so anyways, I'm thinking we got Zarubin, we got Sergeyev, we got Cooley. We have a lot of players in the hopper. We have Yegorov. He doesn't...
Pack your bags, Sergeyev. Get your gay ass out of here.
I don't think you're going to get much for Sergeyev, but I think for Wolf, you're going to get a king's ransom.
No. 7.5. 7.5.
I just traded off someone's boyfriend. So
7.5.
Yeah,
7.5
for a goalie.
I know you're drunk when you talk about some of these guys.
So like, hey, who?
Okay, and I know you have this habit of where a guy has a bad game, trade him. He's no longer
That's
useless.
Not true. I've always been against Dustin Wolf.
Get out of here, Zach.
I don't think Dustin Wolf.
You're the guy.
Is a top flight, a Vasilevsky style goaltender. I don't think he is. He's just not big enough in my mind.
This is a guy who didn't believe Robin Regeer was a court player when the LA Kings won the Stanley Cup.
He wasn't. He was a fucking addition free agent.
He was addition.
He was a free agent.
He was an accessible loss, you know?
He was an accessory. They didn't need him.
He's an accessory. He was
their
a
core.
little bit of cheese.
Okay.
He was a garnish on your soup.
Okay, so we got our top 6. We got who we'd trade up with.
He was the fucking meat in your soup, bro.
We got who we'd trade up. We'd trade back for. I think we covered a lot based on this.
I'll trade all of Calgary.
This historic
to
draft
a different city before I trade Dustin Wolf.
We know you would. And
I'll trade Zach.
Yeah, right. Find another co-host like me. Good luck. Anyways,
I get Mike.
Yeah, right. That guy.
I get the Coptic Mike to take over.
That guy's not a co-host. Guy's a guest. He's a guest spot. That guy. Guest spot in the blind spot. So, yeah, okay. I think we did a good job for the draft lottery. Closing thoughts. I think we should wrap it up here.
Well, we still got to do our.
Should we do a podium?
We got to do our podium.
All right, let's do a podium. Okay, Tim, you start us off. You suggest the podium, whatever it is. Give us a chance. You start it up, bud.
All right, our podium. All right, our podium. So we're kind of not doing. We did the draft. This is like a special draft reaction of the NHL lottery draft, not the actual NHL entry draft. We're gonna have a pod for that, which we'd probably do the first 30 because that's what. Yet last year it took 4 hours for the top 30 to get drafted. Was it?
Something like that. It was super long because it was at the Sphere.
That'll be super short for us. I'm just kidding.
Well, that'd be on par. That'd be on par.
That'd be right on par with J-Ro's timeline there.
Yeah, that's what J-Ron's tighter.
J-Ro
Tighter.
enjoys
Get tight.
those long podcasts.
Just because like him, he's right long.
And he's just working all day. He needs something to listen to all day.
Tall man, long man.
But this podium, we usually do it in our third periods, but in this special, we're going to, because we're Flames fans, except for Zach, who lost his Flames fan license
fuck you.
by wanting to trade Dustin Wolf.
I put for
And
King's Hall.
wanted to keep Sergeyev after one game. He played a good. Fucking Dustin Wolf played like 100 great games,
It's not
bro.
just one game. It's a scouting report.
In his sophomore year, bro.
It's his scouting
It's
report.
his sophomore year.
I like his size. I like Russian goalies more than American goalies. That's just how it is.
You're like Chicago in the 90s where Dominic has his sophomore year. Let's trade him to Buffalo.
They had Ed Belfour. You had too many goalies. You get rid of one. You don't know what Dominic Hatz is going to become. And he's still...
And they got rid of Ed Belfour to freaking Dallas.
You're going to make that trade 100 times out of 100.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. What did? Hey, tell me who. Chicago got back for that trade.
Whoa, Landeskog back in full effect. The captain, the straw that stirs the drink in Colorado. Takes 2-1 lead.
Zach, on top of your mind, who did Chicago get for trading Dominic Hasek? Nobody knows.
Yeah, it was probably like an afterthought.
Nobody knows whatever came back for that. I think a bag of pucks.
It wasn't much.
And I'll tell you what, nobody will remember whoever, if you became GM of Calgary and you traded Dustin Wolf, no one will remember what you got back for Dustin Wolf.
Yeah, right.
No one will remember when Dustin Wolf becomes the next Martin Brodeur and breaks the all-time winningest goalie record, when he's 40 and still getting 40-plus wins a season, getting his 7th and 8th Vezina, his 3rd and 4th Stanley Cup, I'll tell you what, bro.
126 shutouts.
Yeah. 100, breaking the shutout record, breaking Terry Sawchuk's 103 shutouts.
I can't believe they only traded Stevan Beauregard and a 4th-round pick who became Eric Daze. That was actually, they got lucky.
Eric Daze is brutal.
Eric Daze was a great player. Just his back injuries. He was a great scorer. Look at his stats, man. Eric Daze was a good player.
Yeah, on a terrible time for Chicago, and they didn't go anywhere. So
Wow.
it's just icing on the cake, as you say.
Let's see. He scored 30, 22, 31,
Hey, you
22,
know who else
23,
was garnished?
33, 38, 22.
You know who else was garnished on the soup because he was traded?
Yeah.
Jerome McGinley. So let's get back to what we're actually going to do. We're going off course here.
Yeah, it's your
That's
podium.
why we have 5-hour podcasts.
It's your
J-Ro.
podium.
You're here, Jerry. You're supposed to keep us in line. We're doing the podium right now.
Go. Okay, Stu, go.
So the podium for this pod is going to be who is your top 3 most favorite Flames of all time. Not the greatest Flames of all time, your favorite Calgary Flames players. So this is entirely subjective to your brain and how much you love the Flames and your favorite players that ever played for the Flames. And this is going to be your opportunity to let the world know, because there's going to, all 6 billion, 7 billion people out there going to listen to this podcast. And they're going to say, you know what? Now I know J-Ro's favorite Flame. Now I know Big Perm's favorite Flame. And no picking guys with big perms, okay, in this podium.
Yeah, Mike Commodore's out.
Mike Commodore's out, But I'll tell you what, top 3 Flames.
Who goes first?
I'm not picking. I'm
gotta
not
pick the
releasing
podium.
my first yet.
No. Who goes first? Who picks the podium first?
I'll go first because. You want to go first? He raised his hand.
Okay, Perm wants to go first.
Perm wants to go first in his top 3 favorite Flames. Give it to us, Jugger.
Number 3, I'll probably go with Johnny Gaudreau.
Ooh, nice pick. Solid pick. Rest in peace.
Every time he's on a breakaway, remember David Riddick? Before he even hit the hash marks, David Riddick's always raising his arms up because the game's over.
Yeah, I remember that.
And number 2, Theo Fleury.
Whoa, Tio.
He's going
Two
small,
little guys. He
and
likes
he's picking the right guys.
He likes his little guys.
And,
Nice.
What? Okay, yeah, Theo. He was a fantastic Flame. One of the greatest draft picks ever.
and
of all time.
number 1 for me was Dion Phaneuf.
Whoa, Dion. Gillen doesn't even.
Double Dion.
He doesn't even make the. Oh my
He
god!
played for the Flames, and then no one knows whatever happened to him after his rookie season. But this guy loves him.
He hurt his hip. He hurt his hip. I met him in Spolumbos.
Third finalist for the Rookie of the Year against who? Who? Crosby. OV.
Yeah.
He should have won the Norris that year,
It was a
too.
stock class.
20 goals among all rookies.
He didn't have the most points.
And holy, yeah,
Dion had
he was
him.
1 point behind the most points, though. 1 or
Dion
2
had-
points behind.
He had a memorable
And-
season. Yeah, that was a memorable. His rookie year, and I remember how fired up, like, because we just went through a lockout, and I remember I was working at the Saladome in his rookie year.
And we were champing at the bit to watch hockey again because we just went to the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah, and Dion Phaneuf comes out, and you see him just clobber a guy from Ottawa. Who was that? I don't even remember his name. He sent him flying like 10 feet in the air. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And those
man.
clappers with his green stick.
Yeah. Well,
And his face,
I saw after that
his
playoff,
hairless face.
that playoff performance, that playoff his first year, he got injured. His hip got injured, and he never recovered. He was always a lot slower after that. And I saw him at Spolumbos, and I said, "Hey, Dion, you had a great year, but tough luck about that hip. You know, you're a warrior for playing through it. Well, hopefully you get to come back." And he was like, "Yeah, thanks."
And he hits like Scott Stevens.
He was more of a bully. Scott Stevens was a better hitter than Dion Phaneuf was.
But no, Dion Phaneuf was respectable. He was a
He was
different type of hitter.
respectable.
He was more or less like a more aggressive Rob Blake type of hitter.
Yeah, but Rob Blake had
but
longevity.
they were bigger guys. Stevens was a little smaller, so
And
he had a different
and Rob Blake-
way of getting his hits.
And
in
Rob
there.
Blake matured way better than Dion Phaneuf did. Rob Blake was still a fucking two-way
kidding me?
threat. He
You
was a
can't
two-way.
compare. You can't compare Blake to.
you-
Well, never mind. This is Jugger's number one.
Rob
so
Blake
You argue with Jugger.
was
on
one of the
this.
greatest defensemen on Colorado
Not
that year
arguing
they
with you,
won.
Zach.
That last year they won.
I'm not arguing with you.
So okay, so nice top three for you. Who's your next? Who goes next for you? You pick. You're curating this.
Jugger.
He just picked. It's
Yeah,
like-
I picked
Oh,
three.
we're doing the thing that we did earlier. We're going around like our picks. Okay, my
well,
bronze.
you could have thrown it away. So let's go to you then.
Okay,
Yeah, so number three. Here, let's go, Tim. Who's your bronze? Who's your third favorite flame?
so you're going.
I went.
Oh, you already did your
Yeah, I
whole
did my
three.
three.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
Tim just gapped out. Oh my god, who's drunk on stevia now? One too many grape stevias for this guy.
I have a Red Bull
Cut
here.
this
I
guy
didn't
off.
even- I didn't even crack this Red Bull yet.
Cut
bro.
this guy
I
off.
drink one Red Bull a month.
Tim Lohorn, your ride is here. Your grandma brought the minivan. Tim Lohorn, meet at the announcer's podium.
Early stages of Alzheimer's symptoms. I'll tell you what. I'll go with my bronze.
Here, let's hear it.
Haken Lube,
Hawk and Lube. Get
the
outta
greatest player to wear number 12,
Shut up.
hands down.
here. Shut up. Shut up.
Haven't won a Stanley Cup since he fucking retired at a young, ripe age and decided to go to Europe. We could have used him for a couple years, Haken. But Haken Lube retired too early. Scored 50 goals. Led the Flames in scoring that year. And fucking retires after winning the Stanley Cup. And I'm just like...
It's pretty epic. It's pretty epic to retire after winning it all.
We could have used him in the fucking 90s. But, oh, man. Haken Lube, what a beauty. What a beauty. They should have retired his number before Jerome took it. But and Jerome would have been stuck with 24. I don't know what the frick is. But, but I'll tell you what. Haken Lube is my bronze. And if he played a couple more years, he would have been gold. He would have been gold because we would have had a second cup. We would have been 3 cups. No one would have beat us with Haken in there. So silver, it's between 2 guys. I'm going to say Allen Chopper McInnes.
Okay.
Number 2, he was at the top for a long time, but I'll tell you what, he was so good. He had 2 different careers and was still dominant. And you could argue like he won a Stanley Cup in his first career in Calgary here, and he also won a Conn Smythe, which is an important stat, and probably the greatest Flame to do it. And he won the Conn Smythe, winning the cup and scoring some big time goals with that big clapper. And then he went to St. Louis, had a tremendous career in St. Louis, right beside Chris Pronger there. won a gold. Didn't win anything in Nagano.
Dominic Haskett.
Yeah. Well, thank you, who was the coach? Who was the coach of Nagano? Was it Crawford? Mark Crawford?
Mark Crawford, yeah.
Yeah. Put like 3 defensemen on your freaking shootout, you freaking idiot. The only thing he did right was put Theron Fleury. But Theron Fleury, hasn't got fluky. And that leads my way to my gold. Theron Fleury.
Taryn.
The number one Calgary Flame in my heart, and I think the greatest Calgary Flame of all time. The greatest human being to ever walk the face of the earth. But I'll tell you what,
politics?
I
He's a
want him on his
separatist.
podcast. I would like to have Theron
He's a
on
separatist.
his podcast. I don't give a shit about his political. I want to talk hockey with him. I want to talk about freaking who he voted for and whatever. I don't give a shit about that shit. Who gives a shit? We ain't going to separate because Theron Fleury said we're going to separate. Who gives a shit? He's only one vote, so it ain't going to mean anything in the end. But I'll tell you what, Theron Fleury, what he did, he was willing to carry this franchise and carry everyone on his back, including Joe McGinley, but the Flames didn't want to pay him. So
Yeah, the Flames are
he
cheap.
ended up taking all those drugs in New York.
Flames are cheap.
But he ended up getting traded to Colorado.
So the Flames didn't want to pay him because they knew he'd do a lot of drugs. They were just looking up for.
And I'll tell you what. He would have had a great career if he stayed here. He would have been great for the guys. It would have been awesome to see him finish his career here, and it could have been monumental. He could have reached the 2,000-point club if he stayed here. I'll tell you that. He could have scored 600 goals. Theron Fleury, the smallest guy to do it, 5'6", and he's a unicorn in itself. Give me any 5'6" guy who ever played in the league. I don't know. Next to George Hainsworth, yeah, he's 5'6". James Horns was
Goudreau was 5'6".
Hainsworth. Goudreau was 5'7".
Who was that?
5'8".
Columbus? Gerby? Nathan Gerby?
Gerby.
Nathan Gerby was
Cliff Ronning was small too.
Cliff Ronning, eh? But none of them were as effective as Theron Fleury.
No, not
Just
effective.
Goudreau
Not even
was.
close.
Just Goudreau was.
Not even close. And he fits in our 1,000 for 1,000 club, 1,000 penalty minutes, 1,000 points. And I'll tell you what, Theron Fleury, if you're out there, we'd love you to be on a pod. We just won't pay you like all that thousands of dollars just to have you. But
Yeah.
we would love you on the pod, man, because we're huge fans. And
we're not
I don't know.
recouping-
These guys, all of a sudden, if you vote a certain way in politics, they don't like you anymore.
Who said
I guess
that?
that's all these
I just said
fancy
it. I just don't think you're the greatest person there is. I just like Tim says, but hey, yeah, I'd love to have you on the
greatest
pod.
country singer to ever
But don't
lived
think-
next to Ella Langley.
But don't think that we're gonna like pay off your coke debts from New York with any like
Greatest country
honorariums.
singer next to
honorariums from us
Armin
yet.
Duck Chief.
Ha, 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 ha.
But
Okay, that's your podium. Nice.
I would have put Ella Langley as number one there, but she hasn't played in Calgary yet.
Okay, so let's transition to J-Ro. J-Ro, your top 3 Flames of all time. Hit us.
I was thinking Al McInnes, number 3.
Ooh, Chopper.
But since it's already been mentioned.
This guy, you don't want
I
to
was
just because I picked him. You think
Well,
I'm
no,
a separatist?
Well, yes, but aside from that.
Hey, you're voting for me next chief and council election.
But I was going between Al McInnes and I've only owned one Flames jersey my entire life, and it's for a player that I was hoping they would pick up, and they did.
Zarly Zalapski.
No, Dennis Weidman.
Really?
Dennis Weidman. Yeah, this is your favorite Flames of all time.
Third.
And he's the one
Yeah.
that took out that ref.
Yeah,
That's
he
the
took
only
out
thing
that
I like
ref.
about him.
And he also
He
played
had-
with St. Louis, and he freaking went bonkers on that penalty shot. He whiffed. And just went
Yeah.
flying 10 feet in the air.
Yeah,
Dennis Weidman. Okay.
I just I enjoyed
I like
it. I enjoyed
Dennis
watching him in Washington, and then when he was available that summer, I was like, oh, I hope Calgary picks him up, and they did, and yeah,
He was great with Calgary.
he was solid.
He was
underrated.
great. He was solid. Like J-Ro said, not great.
Yeah,
Underrated.
and then yeah, he just had that memorable
guy
game where he hit the
solid.
referee.
Yeah, that was the
Great
highlight.
compared to the other demon on that team.
That
Name me
was-
another demon on that team.
That was the highlight of his career with the Flames, was hitting that linesman.
Yep.
Everybody forgets, though, that he suffered a concussion right before that. And so he was just kind of playing out of his mind. Like, he was injured and his
he has
brain
a
was
phobia
broken.
of zebras.
Honestly, I think that, but I felt there was a conspiracy against the Flames because the referees, after years and years of that, were always just really bad with us on a lot of the
Gary
calls.
Fraser.
Carey Fraser,
Carey
especially.
Fraser, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck Carey Fraser.
Yeah. Shave your head.
Yeah, that's right. Put a helmet on, fucker. Anyways,
Cheapest ref. of all
yeah,
time.
cheapest rapper of all time. Can't even afford a haircut, that guy.
Guy
Can't
doesn't
even afford it. Can't
know
even
what's
afford a
going
helmet.
on in front of him.
Doesn't afford a helmet, that prick. Okay, so number 3, Dennis Weidman. That's crazy off the board. All right, number 2,
Number 2, Olli Jokinen.
Olli Jokinen. Whoa.
He loved being in Calgary. He left. He came back because he wanted to be here. And then he was just quite the character.
And then he went viral with his coaching.
His coach
And then
speech.
his coaching career.
What do you think? You're in a hot tub drinking red wine? This is hockey,
Smoking
boys.
cigar.
Smoking cigars. So hockey. Do you guys want it or not, boys? That was a pretty sweet speech, I gotta say. I had not expected to pull Olli Jokinen.
Look at Ole was intense, dude. And
Yeah.
then he grew his hair, and you're like, I don't recognize this guy.
Remember that fucking head? That head he had? Fuck, he had a giant head. He had almost like a Tim
Hey,
Lowe
I
size
remember
head.
I remember it was trade deadline. We got Ole Jokinen, and that's when Mike Camilleri and Iginla were on fire. And we traded for Ole Jokinen, and like, it's Stanley Cup, baby. We were having a parade, me and bro, when we heard it, and Ole Jokinen coming to the Flames. I'm like, bro, we're winning the Stanley Cup. And he comes, and they just tear apart the league like for 20 games. It's just unbelievable. The greatest hockey since '89. And they just fucking went in the playoffs.
89? You mean 2004? All right, J-Ro, your number one
I think they were swept.
flame of all time. Who's your number one flame of all time?
Number 1 favorite Flame of all time, Robin Regeer.
Robin Regeer. Nice pick, but wow.
I
was traded for Fleury.
No, 'cause I met him. I met him at we were going down to L.A. and then we had to go through Vancouver, and we got to the Vancouver airport. There's some guy in front of us, and I saw his bag, and it had this NHL PA,
And he was defending
Little
you
thing.
from getting on the plane.
and I was like, I know that guy. Like, he looked really familiar. I couldn't figure out who he was, and then we went through customs, and then we're sitting inside the airport, and that's when I finally realized, I think that's Robin Regeer. And then we were Googling it, and then we looked at pictures, looked at him, like, I'm pretty sure that's him. But we ended up on the same flight going to L.A. And we, when we got to L.A.,
Was this when Regeer was traded to
this is 2014.
Well, it was. So it was the year he was going to
Yeah,
LA.
so 2014, and it was during the Olympic break.
Yeah.
And we get down to
Because
the.
he still lives in
we-
Calgary till today.
He was he was when we got to the luggage carousel. He was standing there waiting for his luggage, and we were waiting for it. So we went up and talked to him. And like, hey, are you Robin? And we told him we were from Calgary, and yeah, he talked to us, told us about how different it was living in LA compared to Calgary and all this stuff, and that he had just been up with his parents in BC doing some skiing during the winter break or the Olympic
With
break,
those knees?
and then. Yeah, and then he was just coming back and just going to spend time with the family before he had to get back to the hockey. And then, and then he's come up a few times for the alumni stuff. And yeah, he's just been he was always a really good guy for the community, and he still comes back. And
So
Yeah.
Dennis Weidman,
yeah,
who's
Olli Jokinen,
Ole
Ole
Jokinen.
Jokinen, Robin Regeer.
Robin Regeer.
There you go. That's a deep Flames fan right there who's in it for the hard times.
Wow. You know what? Okay, I think, there's an interesting mix of podium here because, you have definitely these strong attachments to these players based upon the memories and experiences that you've shared watching them over the years. And, I like all your guys' podiums, but yeah, Jay was definitely, I did not expect that. I was thinking about Robin Regeer for my third, just based on the amount.
Because he picked it, you don't want to pick it?
No, I'm not going to pick it because I decided on someone else. But the way he would dominate defensively and just destroy Alashemsky and the Sedins and anybody who forgot that they were skating down the right wing and into his corner, and the way he would just oh my God, the way he would defend. And then that heroic fight he had with Zdeno Chara. He's still the only guy in the NHL to ever have a draw with Zdeno. Everybody else got tuned by Zdeno. Ragdolled and destroyed by his Hapkido and Olympic
and he didn't
wrestler.
like when he hit you. He didn't like thump you. He crushed you like a can. He crushed you like a cheap Coke can.
Yeah, it was always a menacing prospect to have to skate into his corner and try to retrieve a puck down there. But he was in contention for me. I'm gonna say though, my number 3 is Lanny, because like Lanny, he massive fixture in the community still to this day. Like you hear it on the Dodge commercials.
He's the reason why
Lanny
Fleury
sent
ain't in
you.
the freaking Hall of Fame.
And you see
Bastard.
and you see Lanny. I see him all over
Glad
the place.
we wiped your son's volleyball team back in 04.
See, exactly. You played against his son's volleyball team. He's a fixture in the community. I see him at Max Bellarina at his grandkids' games. Like I hear him on the radio, and you've never heard any scandal from this guy. He's never been political. He's just been a happy Calgarian representing the city, and he got to win a Stanley Cup in his hometown. Like I think he's from, where is he from? Is he from Taber?
Hannah, Alberta.
Hannah, Alberta. Exactly. He's an Alberta boy, and he won a cup here for us. And what a career he had. The Golden Seals, Toronto Maple Leafs, and we managed to catch him at the last bit of his career. I think he, even in the playoffs, he didn't score that much, but he scored that massive goal in Montreal, though.
And then we played in Hannah at the arena this January, and they had a little shrine for Lanny in there. And but the thing is, they had like 100 shrines for Nickelback outside of their hockey arena.
Well, if you think like who's made a bigger impact in the world, Nickelback or Lanny, it's
Lanny.
Nickelback.
Lanny.
Nobody knows Lanny McDonald except
What
for the
did
stash.
Nickelback bring to the earth?
The music, you may not like their pop rock music,
Hey,
but
the only
it's,
thing is
huge.
I'm jealous because he took Avril Lavigne, but I'll tell you what, Nickelback hasn't brought anything. They're just like a knockoff AC/DC.
And they're a decent pop rock band.
No, they're not.
Who've achieved a lot of commercial
Name me a
success.
song.
Rockstar. What's that? These 5 words in my head scream, "Are we having fun yet?"
Never made it as a blind man.
Could it
Never made it as a poor baby crying.
stealing? And then that song "Animals," I like that song. We're riding back away.
Mustache.
Is that your dad outside the car? It's like 2 kids fucking in a car. It just reminded me of high school. That shit happened to me. Honestly,
Like songs like "Never Again,"
and that "Never Again,"
"Never Again."
and I love like joking about them. They're just so easy to rip on. Like, look at this photograph.
of Lanny McDonald's mustache.
It looks like a graph. So yeah,
Zach's third favorite flame.
He's my third favorite. You prick. So he's my third favorite flame. I like Lanny. He was a solid guy. Like
Shout out to Hannah, Alberta.
yeah. Shout out to Hannah, Alberta. And then my number 2.
I think Lanny McDonald he has 11 Gordie Howe hat tricks.
Probably he was part of that era where you fucking had to fight
11.
a lot in that NHL, and he scored a lot of goals. He scored a lot of big goals in the NHL.
Rick Tocchet holds the record for Gordie Howe hat tricks for 17.
Oh wow, cool.
And Lanny has 11.
That's why his nose looks like that.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, Taco is a tough customer. I'm happy he's having so much success.
Whatever happened with
Philadelphia?
that casino embezzling with Wayne Gretzky's wife in Phoenix?
I don't know anything
Whatever
about.
outcome of that did.
I remember
Bettman
it, but I
just
still
paid him
remember an
off.
outcome.
Bettman's a lawyer. He probably paid him off.
Probably. So then my number 2, my silver medalist, he provided so much joy for me. So I've gotten past the sentimental pick in Lanny. Now this level is like purely like excitement is Mika Kiprusoff. Mika Kiprusoff, he wowed me so often. Like I remember the first time I saw the Scorpion, like I remember that cup run where we'd lose a game
I
because
wasn't even thinking of goalies. But
we were definitely like outclassed in most of those series in that run. But like we'd lose the one game, and then the next game he'd be nails. You could not get anything by him. His demeanor, like the lore about him, like when he'd go to Cowboys and he'd get hammered and smoke cigarettes. You see these pictures of him and Fanuff smoking and like
Do you hear the story? Jim
drunk at
McClellan said?
Cowboys.
They'd be playing a playoff game, and it'll be like 1-1, and like there'll be a stoppage in play, and Kiprasov will come back and just start like joking with Jamie McLennan, like nothing's going on, and then he'd go
And that's
back
it. His
crazy.
mentality too. I think he had the perfect mentality you need as a goalie because like you're gonna get scored on. You can't like get too upset about the last one. You just got to worry about the next one. And he kind of, in my mind, personified that. He didn't want to go to another team. He was happy to retire a Flame. He loved Calgary. He loved the landscape, the community. And I remember when he came back, when we honored him and how touched he was. And I even heard a story the other day. I was out for dinner at a friend's place, and this girl was there, and she was talking about how they wrote Kiprasov a card based on this charity, and it was like to tell him thank you for all his contributions, and she wrote it with her left hand to make it look like a child wrote it, and that card touched Kiprasov so much because he thought a kid wrote it, so he made that charity his default charity for every year he was here. And yeah,
They lied to get him.
they
to
lied
donate?
to get that.
How evil is that?
It's kind of
That charity business, man.
it's kind of
I
deceitful.
tell you.
It's kind of deceitful. But hey, you got to do what you got to do to keep the lights on. But anyways, yeah, Kiprasov, he really opened up when he came back to be honored, because when he was here as a Flame, he was really closed off. He didn't do many interviews. He was a really private guy, and I just like that quirkiness because all goalies are kind of quirky. But you hear the stories of how he just wanted to go back to Finland and fish. He didn't care about like fame or anything. He just was happy to stop pucks, and he was one of the best I've ever seen do it. And he was arguably the MVP for our season in that run. And then
He's one of the last goalies to play 70 games.
Yeah, and he played. He was a horse, man. And mind you, he never could replicate that, but the Flames couldn't because we finally got all that popularity and we had that success and we had the pieces, but we just never could manage to find a number one center to play with Jerome.
Dustin Boyd didn't do it for us.
Yeah, and we just and then that lockout I think really screwed the Flames because we were finally one of the talks of the town, and we had all these pieces that probably would have drew a lot of free agents in a year where there was no cap, and we probably could have spent to the cap with all our oil money here, and we probably could have had a New York Ranger, Detroit Red Wing type team for that year before the cap was implemented. But the NHL robbed us of that next year,
But
and
it
the
also
momentum.
destroyed the Tampa Bay team, which actually built themselves up pretty good.
Yeah, but Tampa Bay has won 2 cups since then, and we've won 0. So they've got 3 to our 0 since then, which still sticks in my craw. But Mika Kiprasov was so entertaining, and yeah, my goodness, like some of the memories I have of him stopping pucks and keeping us in games that we had no business being in
This
because
is
we
your
just
silver?
Yeah, he's my silver. And then my
Long
gold.
silver, buddy.
And then my gold is the man himself from Stony Plain, Spruce Grove, Alberta. The guy who went nuclear as soon as he found out he was traded for Joe Nieuwendyk. But Jerome McGinley, he is just the fights, the goals, the character, the stories, and the fact that I met him. Like I heard when he was playing with LA. When they came back to Calgary, there was a crowd of people outside the bus as they were all getting on the bus to leave. And Jerome McGinley stopped and signed everybody's card, everybody's jersey. He had time for every single one of those Calgary Flames fans when he was playing for LA. And Daryl Sutter looked at everybody on the bus, and Mike Fuda told the story. And he said, that right there, he's one of the top players in the league for a reason, because he's so giving. And apparently the culture here in Calgary, the amount of players who give and the executives who give back to the community through charity work, who give back time to the Flans, we are exceptionally blessed here. You hear the stories of Reggie, and we're just very, very blessed to have athletes here who really embrace the community and giving back. And then I also got to drive Jerome McGinley home one time when I was doing Keys Please. I'm going to university. I see a tag that says John Smith. I say, okay, who's going to be this regular drive? And Iggy walks out of the house. And then for the next half hour, him and I got to hang out, and we got to fanboy. We were having so much fun. We were both in agreement. We both said, I'm like, yeah, man, imagine you had a real centerman to play with over your career. He's like, yeah, who's the best I had? Ole Jokinen. Sorry, J-Ro.
That's shitting on
he
his
was shitting on
silver.
Ole because Ole was a score first player, right? You know, like you can't have 3 score first players on a first line. You got to have some type of playmaker in there, and we couldn't do it. Like, and he was saying, "Oh, imagine I had Spezza to play with." Like Spezza was a pass first, big centerman, right-handed centerman. That would have been a nice Camilleri, Ginla, Spezza.
Imagine he had Theron Fleury.
Imagine Theron Fleury, Ginla, and Spezza, something like that. That would have been sick.
Mark Savard, if we
So,
didn't get
and
rid
then
of
also,
Craig Gilbert didn't
it
get
was
rid
so
of
funny too because when I was doing those Keys Please drives, you know, there were all these drunk ladies that I'd drive
That's why you
home.
did it.
That's not why I did. I did it for money.
Why you did
and it
it.
was a good, but you know, there were these women who'd throw themselves at me or make
He is
passes
the Night
at me.
Stalker.
So I told Agila about all these stories, all these like lurid, like lewd stories that these women who were making passes at me hammered before they go home, and like he was just loving it. He felt like he was like asking me all these questions. Oh, what'd you do here? How about this? All that, and he felt like he was on the other end of the microphone for once instead of being asked questions by a press. He was the press, and he loved it. And then after that, he gave me like he gave me a nice gratuity. And then we had a huge hug at the end, and because he knew I was a fanboy and I was a real dyed in the wool Flames
How
fan.
long did you hold him?
Oh, there was a good 20-second hug.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we hit a beginning.
I think gayness is after 15 seconds.
No,
though.
20 seconds. That's where you get oxytocin. But anyways, his shoulders. Fuck, that guy is all upper body. That guy is like just as big as me, but all shoulders. I'm all midsection.
He's tiny.
Like, yeah, right to
He's
you.
tiny.
Everyone's tiny to you.
I worked with his brother.
Mr. Eight Head.
His dad is jacked. Oh my goodness.
His dad's Jack's probably why he's like that. But Tim has the biggest head out of anybody I know. He has a size 8 head, like as far as those like Michelin S hats go. But yeah, you worked with.
Don't envy my head,
You worked
Zach.
in Okanagan and you worked in Kelowna.
I worked on his house, his
You
dream
worked-
house,
you
after he
worked
signed
on-
that big contract with the Flames.
Yeah, that $7 million contract, which
Yeah.
was a steal.
That was back in 07.
07, yeah.
The off season of 07, I worked with his brother Stefan and Stefan's bro Jordan, and I know he was trying to sell me a car, and I just wanted to buy it just to say I have a red car that I bought from a Naginla. But yeah, Joe McGinley, he's not one of my favorite Flames. He's no Hawk and Lube.
Hey, we didn't ask you about if he's on your podium.
Well, you shit on fucking
I asked you
J-Rose
about-
Oliokin.
I asked about the story. I asked about your story, and it's interesting because he's Nigerian, right? So his dad is Nigerian, and
Recognized
apparently
lawyer
one of
up
his
in
names,
Edmonton, I believe.
Adekunle or something. I think his name Tidge Adekunle or something like that. But I have a Nigerian girlfriend. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, sweetheart! And
She gonna listen to this pod?
she's going to listen to it. Adinola, I hope you had a wonderful day today.
Shooting a
And
shot.
she told me that one of Aginland's names, she translated it for me, and it means like the crown is full. It's like, so
Is
anyways.
that Joe Aginla?
No, that's his son. So yeah, Jerome, he's my gold medal. All the good times and meeting him, and then just watching that guy punch his way through every captain to get to the Stanley Cup final. And sadly, Francois Beauchemin, when Francois Beauchemin KO'd Aginla, there went our Stanley Cup aspirations in 2005, 2006. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles. A lot of tough guys in the NHL, and Aginla was one of the toughest, but also one of the kindest and sweetest. So yeah, that's my podium. So I guess that's it for this episode.
We got overtime.
Yeah, we got an overtime. I think in our overtime, let's talk about the first round here. Does anybody have any thoughts about the first round of the playoffs? Any surprises? Any upsets? Any convictions? I lost out. I picked the Oilers to go all the way just because I was hoping that they could finally win because
Finally win?
McDavid is going to leave and they're not
You
going
don't
to
think
have a
they
cup.
won enough? Like when they're not winning cups, they're winning drafts.
Man, I'm just sad that McDavid
Lottery drafts.
McDavid is
Like
gonna.
what we didn't do today.
McDavid is gonna not have a cup on his resume,
Which
being
is
one of the
great.
greatest.
It's awesome.
Just only because it's Edmonton.
It's
but
awesome.
This was their year to do it because Florida wasn't
He's
in. I
overrated.
feel like Florida was their kryptonite, but apparently injuries caught up to them and they just weren't playing well enough all year and structure wise. But that was my pick. But Carolina is my other pick, and they look good. So
To prove my point, though,
Timmy,
anything happens to his leg and he's entirely useless.
Well, yeah, we were in agreement on that. But Jeremy, what have been some of your impressions on this first round?
Shocked with Toronto.
Of course, new management team win a fucking first overall pick overall.
Of course, you just hired the guy
Yeah.
and he's just like going to wreck it for you. Probably gonna have to pay another fine for breaking the rules.
Matt's is looking like I'm going to break this nerd's neck. This guy's never played a down of hockey in
Look
his
at Matt
life.
Sundin.
Never played a period of hockey
He
in his
was
life.
forced to come out of a wonderful retirement off his winery in Sweden to come back to this crap hellhole in Toronto. And he's like, oh, they're paying me so much money, I can't say no.
I just wasn't expecting to drop to 6th overall picked. I was
Okay, you're
expecting 4, maybe at least 4.
Yeah, it's a letdown. But the playoffs though.
But
the
I told
first
you
round-
guys we're dropping to 6th the moment.
Shut up. Hey,
Oh, first round playoffs.
yeah, first round of playoffs. Like, what have been your impressions of the first round of playoffs so far?
I think it went by fast. Yeah, it kind of went by fast. It was kind of disappointing. Pittsburgh. I had them in my pool, in my other pool, and I was kind of hoping Crosby would go all the way. And yeah, I was kind of shocked with Edmonton too. Yeah, shocked with Edmonton out. Ottawa, not really, not surprised. Yeah. Overall, I was just shocked that it was fast. It went by fast.
Went by fast, hey? Okay. Yeah, and I also wanted Crosby to do better, but Philadelphia, Dan Vladar, who would have thought he would have been that good? Like,
Morton.
yeah, I thought like Edmonton should have taken a crack at Vladar a couple of years ago to get him on their squad with all their goaltending problems. But hey, it's points moot, and he's looking good. And
Vladar's doing wicked.
He's doing wicked in Philadelphia. So, all right. How about you, J-Ro? What's your impression of the playoffs so far?
So far, the West is going pretty much how I expected. Colorado, Minnesota, Vegas. The only surprise is that Edmonton went out in the first round to Anaheim. So, yeah, the West, still, I think the strongest teams are still in there. And the East, I was surprised Philadelphia put out Pittsburgh. A little surprised about the Boston Buffalo. I think, it was a close series, but could have went either way. But a little surprised Buffalo pulled it off given their long history. But it's good for the franchise, I think. But we'll see what happens with Montreal. I think Montreal, as long as their goaltending holds up, they can go on a run in the East. But whoever's coming out of the West, I think is going to take it.
Okay, fair enough. Cool. And Timmy, what's your impression so far of the playoffs? Oh. We want to do a check-in after the first round. The first round's here. They're all...
the greatest thing that ever happened was the Oilers were put out. and two, what I believed that their imposter superstars is Connor McDavid. He's one of those imposter superstars who just do a lot of flashy things, but there's not really much of anything else.
Holy, the guy had a broken bone above his ankle.
So it's the playoffs. Like half the players play.
Holy,
they have
guy.
broken bones, bro.
Come on.
It's a freaking
At the
ankle.
end of the playoffs.
I played in a playoff basketball game with a freaking fractured ankle, man. It ain't that bad.
Come on.
I didn't have a skate boot to hold it in place.
Yeah, but there's no guys as big
And
as
he's
you
professional.
targeting
He
him.
probably got a cortisone or whatever shot in there to
Everybody knew he had an
freeze
injury.
it up.
They were
so
targeting
he got the pros helping them out, and you can't say that as an excuse.
I'm just saying,
my leg hurts.
No, it's not just hurts. I have a fracture.
It's far away from the heart.
I have a fracture.
He doesn't
in my
have
leg.
that killer desire in him.
No, the problems with Edmonton ran deeper than that. Their whole season was a mess.
No depth, no help,
No development, no
no
youth,
goalies, no GM,
no youth.
no owner. The team is just, I don't know how they did it the last 2 years because Draisaitl's back is not that big, but his back held them up for so long. I think it gave out, and that's why he had to take a couple weeks off before playoffs. And even that, Draisaitl, I think he's playing on one leg and half an eye, and he was still able to carry the Oilers, to 6 games with a team, the Ducks, that are well beyond Edmonton. And if Edmonton Oilers fans, like, the Ducks are just starting. That's a team you're going to have to play for the next 5 years. Like, you guys just better mail it in. Trade McDavid. Get what you can from him. rebuild. This first round is all about showing you that there is no excuses. If you're suiting up to play the game, you can play hockey. If you're not good enough to play at your level, then boo-hoo. You shouldn't have suited up. But if you suited up, you should, there's no excuses, man. Bergeron played in a Stanley Cup final with 2 broken ribs, a collapsed lung, and probably broken fingers and all that. Bergeron is one of the greats, and that's why you would never hear him at the end of the press conference. Yeah, we're dealing with some injuries. Yeah, it affected us. Bergeron will just say, I feel sad we lost, but we got to be better. That's it. And people talk about. Then they find out he's in the hospital because he's like almost dead because of all of his injuries. That's a real leader. That's a guy who wins. That's a guy I want on my team. And I'll tell you what, you're not McDavid. The window's shut. You're not going to win anything. Draisaitl, I would trade McDavid for something, and you guys could probably win something with Draisaitl. You can build around Draisaitl. That's a guy you can win with. That's a guy you can go and possibly have a second chance with a cup to get a cup run. But with McDavid, the window's shut. He wants to leave. He wants to go, and it just shows he's checked out. Now Toronto got the first overall pick. Guess what? McDavid's thinking, hey, you know what? Austin Matthews, first overall pick. Damn. And a young guy in Chayka who's willing to break the rules to do whatever it takes to get me, I'll do it. And there you go. The end of an Oilers, but Draisaitl's still there. It still freaks me out because as long as Draisaitl's there, Edmonton still has a chance of winning the cup. That's how good he is. And I respect Draisaitl. He's a true leader. He's a true superstar. And I think he's the guy who stirs the drink. He's the guy that is that franchise. And a lot of people don't give him respect. But I give him respect. If this was the 1940s Germany, he'd probably be the highest honored German alive. But it's not. So
it's not. So
that was your expression for first round.
That's my
playoffs?
first round.
That's it. It's just all Oilers hate. He's just he's
coming from a guy who lost his license
he's full
like
of,
half hour ago.
He's full of Red Bull, grape Zevia, and hate for the Oilers. And you're a big man.
I was literally waiting for like other teams.
And you're a big man. You're a big man, and that's a lot of hate.
I'll tell you what, Buffalo
Zevia.
Sabres are going to win it this year. It's going to be unbelievable.
Win it?
Tage Thompson.
You think Buffalo's going to win
Tage Thompson is a superstar. He's better than all these other fakes like McDavid. And I'll tell you what, Dahlin is the greatest defenseman to walk the face of the earth, and they're going to do it without a goalie. Who gives a care you put in there? Buffalo's going to walk over whoever. Montreal, you poutine-eating bastards, you're getting it. You're getting it tomorrow, boy. You're going to see. Hey, your food's good. But I'll tell you what, you guys are messing with Buffalo. It's a dragon, and you guys are little Chinese guys going to get eaten up, blown by fire, boys.
Chinese guy.
I don't know. They have a Chinatown there. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, the Buffalo Sabres, it's not even going to be close from here on in. They're going to go right to the finals, and these guys are going to beat each other up. Minnesotas, the Colorados, the Vegases, they're all going to beat each other up. I'll tell you, and Buffalo's going to go in there, and then they're just going to whip your ass, and they're going to take home a cup, the first cup in franchise history. We're going to do it for Gilbert Perrault and the French Connection with, was it? Gilbert, Martin, and we're doing it for all you guys. So Buffalo Sabres, here we go. It's our year, 2026. Sabres love. We're going to go to the black jerseys permanently next year. It's going to be beautiful. Long live the GOAT. It'll never be sacrificed ever again. We're going to go next 50 years. And this is probably going to be a monumental year for a dynasty that's going to be better than the Florida Panthers, better than the Lightning, better than the 80s Oilers, better than the freaking Islanders.
Who put LSD in Tim's Zevia?
Buffalo's too good.
Buffalo's
too good. I watched them their last loss before they won 10 in a row this year.
Buffalo glazing. Wow.
I know. I watched them this year, and that was the last time they lost this season.
Okay.
And and in December, they haven't lost a game since December. All those other games were fluke, but the Flames beat them 7-4. And I looked in their eyes, and I seen Brian Trottier of the 1970s. I seen Mark Messier of the 1980s. I seen Peter Forsberg of the late 90s. I see greatness in these guys, and these guys are going to clean it up. It's not even going to be close anymore. You know, Boston, you got lucky. You guys are a shit team, and you guys should have lost in 4, but you fluked off with those cheap former Flames bastards who got traded out of town because they didn't want to sign a contract with the Flames. And then you guys moved 2 different teams like bitches. So the Buffalo Sabres slapped you around and took you guys out easy. So I'll tell you what, Habs, you're next. You guys are just gonna be a baguette to these guys. Then they're gonna go in, they're gonna take out the Carolinas, and then they're gonna take out the Colorados or whoever, the Minis or whatever. Well, it's looking like Colorado. They're eating up Minnesota like it's some ham dinner. But I'll tell you what, the Sabres all the way, every day. You know, who's your daddy and a bag of chips.
Okay, so no, Tim's a Buffalo wingnut. All right, so, okay. Nice impressions. Appreciate it. I'm going to finish it off with, I was shocked that Utah looked like they had a chance to beat Vegas. They had a couple of leads late in the third period. They bear down, hold out. They eject the Vegas Golden Knights. But I think that series really woke them up, and I think whatever Kelly McCrimmon did by firing Cassidy and hiring Tortorella has awoken a giant. The way that Vegas plays a heavy, super structured game with a low panic threshold, I think that they are, like you were talking about, they think the West is going to grind themselves into dust
But
here.
they got a perverted net.
I think, yeah, they do. But I think that there's going to be one hell of a Western Conference final. And if that ends up being Vegas and Colorado, I think that is going to be one hell of a final. The goaltending's questionable on both sides, but my goodness, the scoring on Colorado and then the defense and the structure and the physicality of Vegas, they just know how to identify playoff contributing pieces, man. Sissons and Smiths, and man, they're a house on fire. Keegan Kolazar, these guys don't get a lot of accolades, but they sure know how to play playoff hockey, and that team is ready for some big things, led by Eichel and the depth with Hurdle behind him. I thought that was a really impressive series. I thought the Edmonton Oilers series and the Ducks series was a little strange, that goal on the goal line. I think that was...
It wasn't on the goal line. It was in the net.
I think it was touching the blue paint, and I think the NHL needs to really get into how are they going
astrophysicist.
Well, coming from a place of a Flames fan, when it comes down to is the puck in or not in crucial times, I think the NHL can really invest more in finding ways to track for certainty if the puck is over the line. Leaving it up to video evidence the way they has backfired numerous times, the Flames included, and I think it was a suspect, dubious call. But it looked like it looked like it was 98% over the line. 98 to 99% isn't 100%. It's impossible to say because we don't have an accurate look, and we don't have the corresponding. We don't have we don't have a corresponding.
That's why I called it a goal.
Because how does that guy see it from the blue line? Exactly. Yeah,
because he's seen it.
Yeah, he's seen it. All right.
Between his legs.
Yeah, he saw it. All right. It sounds like a conspiracy to me.
Seen it between his legs.
But that's fine. That's fine. I'm not an Edmonton.
Circle looks like.
Yep.
You know what a straight line looks like.
Yeah, sure. But the thing is, we didn't have.
It was an inch over.
We didn't have enough corresponding geometric evidence to corroborate where the puck was.
You could see where the puck was. You could only
science.
It was under his skate.
Like a fourth of it.
It was under his skate. Yeah, you're
This
going
guy's
to see it.
talking
And you
science.
could figure out where.
But how does
circle ends.
how does the back referee on the blue line see that and call it a goal instantly? Yeah, it sounds like a fucking bush league call to
Game
me.
of inches.
Bush League called it. Apparently it's a game of
6 inches in front of your face.
It's a game of millimeters apparently. But yeah, I thought that was a
Zach
questionable
played a
call.
game of millimeters.
It was a questionable call, but like I think the way Edmonton has been managed has been a travesty. And I think they're going to miss out on a generational player not being able to win a cup because they just couldn't make a good enough assortment and collection of moves, and they've let that city and that player down. And also Draisaitl too. They arguably have the two best offensive players in the league playing on the same team, and for whatever reason, they just can't put a team around them to win. And I don't think they'll ever win now. They don't have the youth to follow up, and they don't have the picks to outfit the team going forward. And it's a real travesty. And man, did Anaheim look good. Anaheim had nothing to lose. They were playing with house money. Those kids like Carlson and Gauthier and Jackson.
I give you one, Zach.
What's his Lacombe?
I don't like him, but Cutter Gauthier was
exceptional in that series. But who's playing defense in Edmonton?
Power play was
lethal.
insane.
Yeah, but look at Vegas shut it down like nothing because Edmonton is terrible when it comes to their own zone defending at all. They have no idea. Nurse is a boat anchor. Ekholm is over the hill. Jake Wallman was a mistake to sign at 7 years, $7 million. It's just the
Evan Bouchard.
Evan Bouchard is, don't even get me started. That guy's a winger masquerading as a defenseman. I don't know why you signed that guy to $10 million contract. That guy feasts off the power play, and he's nothing special in my mind. He's got a Bouche bomb. You're going to pay a Bouche bomb $10 million, and you're going to hamstring your team. Couldn't happen to a better organization. And, I still remember when they were getting those 5 first overall picks, those fans in Edmonton were throwing their jerseys on the ice. I get it. They're a passionate fan base, and they're a great fan base when things are going right. But
a jersey in Calgary has never been
thrown on the ice.
Never.
We've never been that classless in Calgary.
Vancouver,
any of you,
yes. It happened in Edmonton.
Vancouver is the worst fan base in the NHL and in history.
Montreal and Calgary are the only teams.
There is no redemption for a Vancouver fan base, in my opinion, as far as what they did to their city after 2012. Twice they did it, and 05, yes, 04.
Yeah.
And then I'm just they hold the most dubious rank of the worst franchise fan base in my opinion. But Edmonton is kind of not far off with the jerseys and how classless they were. And then when they went on their cup run in 2005, 2006, you're hearing people getting stabbed on the White Ave, the White Mile, whatever they wanted to call it. And it's
stop stabbing people on the White.
There's just two different fan bases. I like some of the super fans, like the Magoos, and there's some knowledgeable people there. But there's just too many psychos,
many questionable people,
and then too many people who are far too reacting, like throwing your jersey on the ice because your team's bad, and you guys end up picking McDavid, and then you're probably saying, "Oh, we're the top of the league for a reason." Oh, Battle of Alberta, you guys suck. Hey, we never, like Tim said, we never threw a jersey on the ice. So you guys are, I couldn't happen to a better fan base, in my opinion. I was hoping that this year would have been your year to win because I want Canada to win a cup.
Why?
Because I thought,
let's dive into the brain.
Why? Because
Zach.
I thought that Florida was definitely out, and there's Florida is in the running for a lottery pick. Piss me off. I had a horrible nightmare that they won the lottery. Thank God that didn't come true. But I just thought this was their year logically to do it if they could do it. But I watched them all year, and I was just thinking, man, were their in-zone coverage poor? Man, were they just not able to look as dominant as they had? And I couldn't help but feel it's just the extended levels of competition that they've been playing these last couple of years that have worn them out. And for whatever reason, it seems like Knobloch, that's just another sign of another cheap team. Those guys should have ponied up and paid Quenneville. Instead, Quenneville masterminded a game plan where they were sending blitzers, second guys right at McDavid. They'd give him no time, and the guy looked neutered, like you're talking about, Tim. And it was an exceptional game plan and exceptional coming out for a strong Anaheim team that drafts a way that I draft. I draft big down the middle. That's how I like to draft.
And they have no draft. They have no picks. They got
no. Edmonton has nothing, and because they've traded all for shit.
They got
Adam
Savoy.
They got Jason
the
Dickinson. Howard. They got Dickinson. They got Savoy. They got what's his name?
Savoy and Howard. That's it.
Murphy. They got Dickinson. They got Henrique. They've got Wallman. These are the guys they've been giving out their depth for.
Who else other
and
than
then they traded.
Howard and
then they
Savoy?
traded a Canadian kid like Sam O'Reilly, who looks like he could be a third line center, and you trade him for Howard, who's a Toby Baker American hotshot.
The most mind-boggling thing is McLeod.
And I was just about to get to that. You get rid of Ryan McLeod. Ryan McLeod on that Oilers team was one of the lowest maintenance players you had. He killed penalties, and his speed terrified defenses coming from the third line.
Brown?
He scored a lot of goals. Connor Brown was a good penalty killer, but that he couldn't score.
Fogel was amazing.
Fogel was a good player for them too, and getting rid of him for nothing.
Broberg and Holloway were good for
so
you.
was Ceci. And then it's just bad move after bad move after bad move. And now they have the two best players in the world, arguably, who are going to get eaten by Father Time.
And who was that Calgary guy
they're gonna move
that
on.
they had that they gave up for Jerry?
What's his name? Skinner.
Yeah, no, the defenseman.
Kulak.
Kulak.
Yeah.
And Kulak was one of their best defensemen for the last 2 rounds.
He was a really good defenseman. And then they don't.
And you
re-sign.
gave him away for a guy that you played one game.
Yeah,
in a
and
six-game
you guys
series.
crucify Stuart Skinner, when he was arguably one of your greater players, and Skinner looked great playing in a system that knew how to defend in Pittsburgh. So that was, I don't know, that was a tough series to watch, but I don't really care. I don't have any vesting interest in seeing them win. But I'm happy to see that the Ducks showed them a thing or two, and the Ducks look so
The Ducks'
good.
future is bright.
Very bright. Leo Carlson is a bona fide superstar.
That's where every team wants to be.
Center down the middle. He looks amazing.
And get this, they're still waiting for McQueen.
McQueen still got the back
break
problems,
in there.
but we'll see. Well, yeah, but they draft heavy. You draft size and skill at the top of the draft.
6'5"?
Yeah,
Center?
size and skill center. You do it. That's
The
right.
depth?
McTavish, him getting Coach for Drysdale was a wicked pull by Verbeek. I don't think it was Verbeek who made the trade, but it was an incredible move. So, and then watching Colorado steamroll. Who did they steamroll in the beginning? Oh, they
Dallas?
steamrolled,
Dallas.
Dallas, yeah.
Yeah, I thought Dallas was going to be a better fight.
They just
Dallas
folded.
They couldn't break out of their zone, and they got a bad matchup, sadly. And then watching Minnesota it was Minnesota Dallas.
Dallas.
It was Minnesota Dallas.
Colorado and
LA.
Yeah, the hapless LA go out without a whimper.
Yeah. Waste of 8 days.
Yeah, waste of 8 days. That
Yeah.
was and a waste of all the resources they've spent trying to keep winning. But I give them credit. They're trying to find pieces that fit while they have Kopitar and Doughty. They're being loyal to those guys by trying to keep them competitive. It'll be sad to see Kopitar go. He was one hell of a player.
I'm going to miss him.
Yeah, me too.
Just like I miss Bergeron. Those cats that have high skill and can play just as good defensively as they can offensively.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, what players they were. And
like-
Barkov's in that
Did he
territory
win the
too.
Selke? Didn't
Yep.
Kopi won
Couple.
the Selke?
He won a
Yeah,
couple.
Yeah. So
It's been like who won the Selkies the
I
last
love those
15
those
years.
players.
All last 15 years, the only people who've won the Selkies have been Bergeron, Kopitar, and
Remember, we still have that
And
10-year bet
Barkov.
that if McDavid gets traded, that Draisaitl is going to win an MVP or a Selke.
Yep. We still have that bet. We have a few bets. We have to go
You're
back in
going
the
to give me a
tape.
porterhouse.
Yeah. So that was a tough series to watch because it was a waste of time. The Dallas Minnesota series was wild. That last game where Quinn Hughes, they just got the bounces, and honestly, I thought Dallas was a better team, and I think they're now in a place where a guy like Jim Nill getting all this attention. How is this guy going to work himself out of this situation? They paid Rantanen, and Rantanen didn't look very good. And now you're going to miss out on Robertson, who looks amazing. What are you going to do with Robertson? I think they got to trade him, recoup assets. Maverick Bork looked pretty good.
You got to move Sagan and
I see why they apparently the Flames were targeting Maverick Bork for years. They wanted Maverick Bork in a Rasmus Anderson deal.
I want Wyatt Johnston.
But you're not getting Johnston. But they
I'm getting Johnson.
No.
I'm trading my sixth overall pick
No.
for Johnson.
Nah.
Here.
Anyways,
Get your own Johnson. We'll trade you this.
Maverick Bork looked really good in that game. He had a lot of compete, and he's an RFA, and they're in a cap crunch. Honestly, I think Maverick Bork is maybe somebody that you look at for a RFA deal or a trade. But yeah, Jim Nill's gonna have to work himself out of this. He's in a pickle, and let's see how all this attention
Calgary,
translates.
should we try to RFA Dallas there?
No, you don't want to give up your 6th pick.
Yeah.
No, you're not giving up a 6th pick for Bork.
No. We make an offer for Robertson.
No, I don't want a winger. You know me. I don't like
I want
wingers.
a winger.
I don't. We
6'4",
got enough wingers.
man.
That's okay. He doesn't skate that well. He's not a fucking defensive power forward. He's just
Joe McGinley.
no. He's not.
Just the Asian,
He's a sniper.
half Asian version.
He's a sniper. He's just a sniper. American sniper who's
American Sniper.
exactly. So
I think
anyways,
there was a movie called American Sniper.
there was based on
and
true
he
story.
killed a lot of people.
Bradley Cooper and children. So
Robertson's going to kill a lot of guys with
children.
goalies with his shot.
Oh yeah. So, and then I think on the East, I think the most entertaining series was the Montreal one, just because of how tight it was, and I hate Tampa Bay with a passion, and I couldn't, they've had their 3 cups.
I loved it more.
They can now fade away and go into obscurity for the rest of my life.
I remember when Tampa Bay beat Montreal in the final when Carey Price played that whole with one leg and took him to the finals
in
on
the
his back.
bubble.
And Kucherov was just talking shit after he just won the Stanley Cup against Montreal fans.
Yeah, it was a contentious.
Just for celebrating a win, and that's what they do. You don't know what it's like to actually have fans, and
they don't.
And then
they don't know what it's like.
them.
They're in Tampa Bay. You know, one of the worst fan bases. To Montreal, one of the best. They are so fucking passionate. I watched the Montreal game when they came to Calgary this year. They beat us like 2-1 or something. The whole fucking stadium was just ringing out, ole, ole. Like, they show up wherever they're fucking playing. And do they ever show out? I give them credit. They're a terrific fan base. But yeah, that was an incredibly thrilling series.
You're still going to get in the second round.
The Pittsburgh-Philadelphia series, the Battle of Pennsylvania, was cool just for the context and how people in Pennsylvania were talking about it, and the team like Philadelphia finally slaying the Penguin Dragon that had been dominating them for decades. That was nice to see.
They beat them before.
One time, but Pittsburgh has been dominant. Pittsburgh's been pretty dominant, man, with Crosby and Gino, and then before that it was Yager and Lemieux. It's been a dark time in Philadelphia, but Philadelphia had the 70s, and they had Eric Lindros mixed in between. But
yeah, they had Reggie Leach.
Just to mention Eric Lindros one more time. And Reggie Leach, you're right.
Guy brings it up.
So, yeah, that was a good series.
Eric
that was just a good
Lindros.
series, just the proximity, the battle, the rivalry. I think another rivalry that's going to be emerging is the Las Vegas and Utah. The Las Vegas and Salt Lake City rivalry is going to be a good one, but I just don't think... Honestly, I look at the way Utah is constructed, and I think they're stuck. They got a bunch of little wingers who are skilled, and they got Gunther. They don't have any center depth. Utah, they got
Gunther's 6'3".
No, but he's another winger.
Long?
But he's another winger. You got Cooley.
They got Krause.
Cooley, you got Keller. I think too much.
Lawson Krause.
I think too much of their core is small. Yeah, but he's not a game breaker.
They got Maverick Lemeru, who's 6'7".
Carconi, but the thing is, I don't think they're strong down the middle, and I think they
have the Mormon power.
They're just in a tough space. They got
Joseph Smith on their team.
Sergeyev. They got some kids in the hopper, but I don't think they're ever going to be a dominant team. I think they're going to be a mushy middle first round.
What about Tej?
Maybe make it to the second. He's another winger. I just don't think they have. I don't see the strength on their team in their prospect pool, even though they have a lot of kids. And I was happy to get those
McGinley
three.
Was just another winger.
Yeah, but he still didn't win because he's a winger. You got to have centermen. So
you did have a center, Craig Conroy.
Come on.
We did win it in 2004.
We did win. The puck was in. Yeah, we could see it clearly. The puck is that many inches.
She said about that
the line
baby.
is that many. There's white right between
Zach
them.
was in.
So that was a tough series to watch.
Mari
but
says.
I think that's going to be another good rivalry. The Carolina series. Who did Carolina play first round? Whoever they played, it beat the crap out of them. Steamrolled them.
Oh man, I was literally watching that, and I was
Ottawa.
It was the first.
Ottawa. Yeah, Ottawa. That's another team, just like Utah.
Get another Kachuk brother calling a quits, eh?
Yeah, another Kachuk. Ottawa's never
playoffs
winning anything. That
got
group
swept.
Yeah, that group of guys is never going to win everything. Now Sanderson, he might win something, but they got to get rid of Kachuk or Stützle. Your two best players are wingers and Batherson.
He's such a dynamic.
Yeah, Stützle is. I probably keep
He's
Stützle.
so dynamic.
And I think you keep Stützle over
And his name's
Kachuk.
Tim.
Kachuk wants out.
You can't get rid of
Kachuk wants out. And get rid of. You can get a haul for Kachuk because he's got a lot of mystique. He's a big power forward. Got a lot of cachet behind his name. Cash in on him. But they need some center depth, and they don't have much. I just think, I think
You
they're
got
in
signed Batherson.
they're in a tough place, and I think it's not going to
You
get
have
better
a
for
guy
them.
named Ryan Pinto making $7
Shane
million
Pinto.
a year.
Shane Pinto, yeah, and he's a decent center option, but he's, I don't think he's a game breaker. I think he's a solid depth piece, but he's not a game breaker. And I think
What do you
they're-
got in net? Like you got Allmark, who's just a
Yep.
block.
Yeah, he's nothing special either. So I think, I think Ottawa's
He's
in a real
signed
tough
forever,
space.
I think.
And my other pick to make it to the Stanley Cup final is Carolina, and they're looking amazing. They're got a 2-0 lead on Philadelphia already.
They're-
I think they have an easy path.
They're in tight, but if they run up against the Buffalo Sabres, they don't have enough to handle that.
Taylor Hall.
I don't know. They got the defense. They got the
I think they
goaltending,
got lucky against Philly last game.
and they got the health.
I think they got lucky against Philly. Amazing enough, Philly had so many opportunities to end that game, and they just could not bury it. And Zegras had chances left galore, and he could not do anything.
That's what it goes. That's hockey.
And,
if you get
Anderson-
chances, you got to bury it when it matters.
But Anderson chokes when it matters, so
We'll see. We'll
But
see.
they still got Bussy,
Yep.
and
And
they
they're
still got Kochlekev or whatever.
And then and you still have that strong depth that they have. You still have Aho, still have Slovene. You have the guys around him that you have a coach like Brendan Moore. So I think I was kind of
Slovene's a great American.
I think
defenseman.
that was it was going to be like the most predictable series was the Ottawa and now the Philadelphia. I think Carolina's going to have the easiest path to the
How
Eastern
about
Conference.
Stankoven having a better playoff than
predictable?
Rantanen?
Yeah. What's that?
Most predictable.
Well, the most predictable first two rounds, as far as victories, and probably the easiest path to the Eastern Conference final. And I predicted them to be in the Stanley Cup final. So, Carolina. So, but I think
Carolina deserves.
I think
they won't get past the final against Buffalo.
We'll see. I think they're a better team than Buffalo. Buffalo doesn't know how to win yet, and I think Buffalo still doesn't score in the
Buffalo
power play.
knows how to win.
Buffalo doesn't score in the power play, and they don't have any center ice depth. And it's going to come back
Center ice
to
depth?
it's going to come back to haunt them.
Center ice depth.
Anyways, I
Buffalo
think
has center ice, bro,
no,
all
they don't.
day.
They're not winning faceoffs.
all
They're not.
day.
Look
They
at
got the best
look at net.
centerman in the
Look at this-
league,
No,
Tage Thompson.
the one that you've glazed the most. You mean? So, okay. So I think the toughest series in the playoffs is going to be.
You like big, long defensemen.
It's gonna-
He's a big, long defenseman, bro.
he's a-
How
he's
do
a
you
center.
not like Tage Thompson? TNT.
And I think the biggest, the most attrition
that guy looks
series
like
is going to
he's
be
Quest for Fire.
Vegas and Colorado when they get to the finals. I think Vegas beats Anaheim easily, and I think Colorado beats Minnesota easily. Cowboy picked Wild to win if they got the goaltending, and he's kind of right about if they got the goaltending because they have not got much goaltending. They gave up 9 last game and already 3 today. First 2 goals in the first 3 shots today.
12 goals in 5 periods.
In 5 periods of hockey, yeah. So I think Colorado's going to have an easy journey to the Western Conference final, but then I think Vegas is a very battle-hardened team, and it's going to be a war against Colorado. I look forward to that one. 2 heavy teams versus a very high-skilled team in Colorado versus enough skill to kind of make it count. So, yeah, it's been a good first
There's
round.
an X factor in this series that always gives Minnesota a chance.
It's Quinn Hughes, sure.
No, it's Boldy.
No.
Boldy.
Quinn Hughes is the X
Matt
factor.
Boldy is the best player in the West right now.
What are you talking about?
Matt Boldy's standing right there.
How much acid did you do?
He's better than McKinnon.
How many tabs of acid did you put in your Zevia can?
Yeah, remember when he
You're out of
took
your
it
mind.
down on Canada and just went through them like they were
You're out of your mind. Matt
throwaway
Boldy's not even
defenseman
close.
and
He's not even close.
scored just like, hey, man.
Hey, I didn't pick Devin Taves, okay? Devin Taves was a horrible pick for the Olympic team. And Devin Taves is the reason we gave up that goal. That Boldy
Remember when
scored that
Devin
goal.
Taves had that open net and he couldn't bury
Oh,
it?
that was a save. I can't believe Hellebuck made that save. That save was insane. Don't get me started. What a fucking travesty, another tragedy that I have to relive now thanks to you.
Oh, yeah. It's glorious for me
I guess so.
because I'm a USA fan now.
I know. This is the last.
Hey.
This is the last time
Hey,
USA is going to win
Hey,
for a long
I don't
time.
have to separate to be an American. I'm already American. I'm Blackfoot, man. I could go across the border
Jay
and
treating-
live there.
Yep.
You know, my dad lives in Portland, Oregon. He's watching the Blazers in the playoffs right now. But
Playoffs. Blazers are out.
playoffs.
They got
Playoffs.
bounced by Wemby.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Bounced.
But yeah, he's watching out there, and like we're American, Jay Treaty. So, we don't have to separate. We already been separated. We already been separated. We've been on a nation here. So I don't know. You guys talking about separate Alberta? I don't give a shit what Alberta does.
You're under 18. You won't
They
be
need our
doing
permission
any
anyways.
time.
They need our permission if they want to separate.
Come out and
Even
play.
if all of Alberta votes 100%, they still need our permission.
Yeah.
Really, because
I know, it's just so
if they
stupid.
void
Let's-
the treaty, then half
Let's
of
not talk.
Alberta comes
I don't want
back
to give them
Blackfoot
any time.
country.
We're not giving them any airtime. Like these guys are so out of their mind. These poorly uneducated fools.
I always, one thing I want to know from them is where do you get all those flags? Like I passed by one of them. There's one guy standing there, and there's like 18 Alberta flags. I'm like, how is that possible?
We're in the wrong
I'm
business.
trying to do the mathematical.
We should have been selling flags to these idiots, these traitorous idiots. Anyways,
That's what you're told to tell about them. Like nothing's going to happen with the separatist bullshit. Quebec did it like 5 times.
once
nothing happened.
notably, and they
Like-
51-49.
But like, it's just because everyone's trying to, Carney's trying to, he's trying to keep you guys off of what he's doing to the economy, and he's just putting all this stuff.
Yeah,
"Man,
let's
the
not. I'm not
Americans are
getting into
attacking
politics.
us."
This is not a political discussion.
Iran,
it's a hockey discussion.
Israel,
You're-
Epstein's Island.
just using buzzwords.
He's just like
You're just using buzzwords.
Like, you're just trying to throw it off like whatever, eh? And yet the whole time everyone doesn't know that America and Canada, you guys are actually just being turned into a reservation. We're used to it, so it doesn't really matter where we are, whether Canada or U.S. You guys are just getting turned into another reservation. What they did to the Indians, they're doing to you, and you guys are letting it happen. So we're just like, hey, we already been there. We already living that way, so we already know what it's about. Now you guys are going to figure it out and know what that's like, eh? Try not own anything. Try not owning, the land that's supposed to belong to you. Try go through that, and let's see how you guys do, eh? Trudeau said you guys will be happy not owning anything by 2028. So
He never said that.
Carney's on his way. Yeah, he said it.
No, he didn't.
I heard him say it. He said
Klaus
it in
Schwab.
2020. He said in 2018.
It was Klaus Schwab.
And the first thing
it was
he
a
did,
WEF.
the first thing he did when he was voted into prime minister is he sold us to China. So China had their ding dong in our back end since. And so every time China says how high, we say it like they ask us to jump. We say how high.
Ni hao high.
How high.
All right, ni hao
How
high.
high.
Ni hao high.
How high.
Thank you, everyone.
How high.
This has been an incredible
it's
episode,
all
except for the
propaganda.
last 2%.
And Zach's fallen right
like the
into
last
it.
2% of Albertans who
You
think
wonder why
they're
his head's
slick.
so big? His head's so big because it holds all of that
No.
knowledge.
It's because it's full
Knowledge
of
of
acid.
the
It's full
great
of acid and icing for glazing Tage Thompson.
Hey.
Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in to this episode, this special edition of the Quest for Fire podcast. I want to extend my gratitude to Jeremy Breaker and J-Ro Loftus. Before you guys go, tell us what's going on with you guys. J-Ro, what's going on with you lately, man? What are you looking forward to?
Oh, not a whole lot going on. Just work and then go home and chill and get to babysit my grandson here and there.
Yeah, you just welcomed a grandson to the world, didn't you?
Yeah, a couple months ago.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Rambo.
What's his name?
His name's John Rambo.
John Rambo. Wicked name, bro.
Yeah, so he's John the 5th.
John the 5th. That's so good, man. Well, I'm
5
so
generations.
happy for your family, and this is your first grandchild, is it
Yeah.
not? That's incredible,
First
man.
of many.
First of many. Well, one of the greatest men I've ever met, his name was Floyd Smith, and he told me real riches to Blackfoot people are grandchildren and great-grandchildren, and I can see the merit and
Because we're not getting
the virtues in those
discounts,
words.
apparently.
So congratulations, my friend. Thanks for coming on the podcast and being part of this one. All right, Jeremy Perm Breaker. Big Perm. Thank you for coming on again. This is the third time you've made an appearance on the show. Tell us what's going on with you. You're saying you guys are getting ready for something down at your guys' ranch?
Yeah, the Breakers Farm's beginning to or already started. Yeah. Yeah.
Planting season has started, you mean? Kind
Seeding,
of thing?
yes.
Yeah.
So this you got wrecking fences out there. It's probably Jeremy.
You guys are like repairing fences. You guys are probably calving out there too.
Right now, coming up though. My other uncle. Yeah.
They'll be doing Kevin and
He
Brandon.
lathers the cow.
Lathers like, you guide me. You
And,
guide me.
Yeah, and some updates coming up for some like. Remember that game Phasmophobia Ghost Hunting? There's a new update today.
Okay, sweet.
So probably check that out. And yeah.
That's sick. I can't wait. I can't wait, man. We can customize our own players now on Phasmophobia. Shout out to our Phasmophobia clans out there. You know, hunters.
Ghost hunting.
You know, hunters unite. You know, we'll find the ghosts.
Who are you going to call?
Except the challenge. Apparently the challenge this week is fucking...
Yeah, they do weekly challenges just to try and get progress on your... and money in the game. And this week's challenge is there's no evidence to figure out the ghost. So
and usually you need 3 evidence to figure out what ghost is, and they're not giving any evidence this round. So you have to really know the ghosts and observe how they hunt and without dying. And and just how many ghosts are in there? There's like 40 ghosts. Eh?
at least, yeah. It
There's
had
like
to
about
be
40 different ghosts, and you got to figure out which one it is.
with no evidence.
With no evidence, and usually 3 evidence, you know which one it is, but maybe 2, you can kind of guess, but without any 3, you got to be intimate with these.
And one of these ghosts
spirits
can give off 4 evidence, and it's kind of annoying.
Okay, well.
But overall,
Good luck
I've
in your phantom
doing
photo.
good.
Well, good to hear, man.
Yeah, the old mimic, that bastard. He gives you those fake orbs. Yeah.
Well, it's cool. You're looking well. You're looking like you're, you're in top shape for this playoff. And sadly, we're looking at 6-pick. You know, what a letdown that was.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, we're holding the belt for Shane Fox,
Yeah.
who's the champ.
Yeah, he's got the belt here.
Defeated J-Ro Loftus.
So next pod will be the
John 4.
The Coronation Podcast, yeah.
John the 4th, eh? You're the 4th, eh?
Yeah. So
And that pod will be the lottery or the second round?
Not the lottery. We're going to do probably at the end of the second round, you think?
end of the second round for sure.
So that will be the next coronation.
End of the second round, third round.
Maybe even going to the Stanley Cup final. We'll see. We'll sort it
Maybe
out.
we could do it at a location. Do it at Shane's house.
Yeah, maybe that'd be something cool
Do it
to
outside in the field.
No.
No, it'd be
Pictures,
it'd be-
sure. The photo op, sure. But the
Oh, this guy.
podcast's got to
Look
happen.
at my photograph.
Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
My favorite.
So shout out
band
to
in the
Hannah.
world.
Shout out to
Pickleback.
Hannah, Alberta. Anybody listening, thank you guys so much for listening. We appreciate you all. You guys are not the reason we do this. We do this because it's therapy for Tim. He needs to get these things off his chest. Because, that head can't grow any bigger. They don't make hats bigger unless you're custom. So thanks, Timmy. It's been a pleasure again. And until the next time. Peace out.